Welcome back to another edition of Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance with your host, none other than me, Matt D. Talford. All right, so today's date is Friday, November the 28th, 2025, and we are back for another weekly all signs reading. Of course, don't let the date deter you, okay? Even though today's date is Friday, November the 28th, whenever you see this video is exactly when you are supposed to see it. Now, we've had some interesting energy this week in both the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine collective. So in today's all signs reading, we're going to switch it up a little bit from the last two. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to continue reading based on the sign again, and you can take these for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or even your north node if you want to use that. Just take it however it fits. If it applies, great. If it does not apply, don't try to hand jam it in there. It's not going to work, okay? So we're going to switch it up a little bit this week. And what we're going to do is rather than saying, hey, you know what, let's check in and see what the Divine Masculine Aquarius is or the Divine Feminine Taurus is feeling this week, we did the collective. We're going to switch it up and we're going to check in on the energy of your Divine Counterpart based on your sign. So based on your sign and based on your role in your connection, whether you're the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine. So for example, we're going to start with Sagittarius since we are in Sagittarius season. And if, for example, you're a Sagittarius Divine Feminine, then during your Divine Feminine reading for Sagittarius, we're going to check in on the energy of your Divine Counterpart, okay? And vice versa. If you're a Sagittarius Divine Masculine, the card we pull is going to represent or reflect the current energy of your Divine Feminine, your Divine Counterpart, okay? And then the advice card, rather than pull a tarot advice card, we're going to pull a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, okay? I had a lot of fun with that deck on our last reading, which was the Divine Masculine reading for this week. And if you haven't seen it, maybe I'll put a link in the description box. Just ask me, say, hey, Matt, do you have a link to the last Divine Masculine reading? Or you can go through the channel and take a look. So I do read the comments. So you guys, if you got a question or a comment or anything like that, just drop it in the comments. Now, also before we get started, I would like to let you know that we've got a few days left on the Black Friday / Cyber Monday special, where you can get this book, Twin Flames, Solving the Problem of the Avoided Dismissive Divine Masculine, from my website at a 25% discount. And that's an automatic discount. It's going to come off at checkout, okay? So that book at my site is available both in paperback and collector's edition hardcover. So whichever one you fancy, go ahead and throw it in your cart. Also, not just that book, any book in my collection is going to be marked down 25% through Cyber Monday. Now, I'm also available on Amazon.com. So if you're outside the country and you want to buy a copy, then by all means, please go to Amazon.com to get your copy of the book. And for those of you that prefer the digital copies of the book, Kindle, Apple Books, whatever, it is available on those two platforms as well. Now, let's jump right into this week's reading. We're going to start off with Sagittarius, and we're going to work our way through to Scorpio, okay? Scorpio was up front a week ago because it was still Scorpio season, but you know what? The first shall be last and the last shall be first. So Scorpio was up front, now it's behind because it's the sign before Sagittarius. So let's do the Divine Feminine read for this week, and let's jump right in. So if you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, even your North Node, this is going to be for you. What is the current energy of your Divine Counterpart? And let me say this, I got to say it again. Any cross watchers out there, don't just come over here and cross watch to be nosy, okay? If you're cross watching for Divine Feminine, fellas, Divine Masculine, whatever, then if the reading for your Divine Counterpart is light, it's airy, it's happy, be happy with them. Celebrate with them in your heart, okay? And if it's a little bit on the heavy side, pray for them, okay? Don't just use the information that you're cross-watching. You want to know what kind of energy they're in. That's great, but do something with it, okay? And again, in today's reading, we're doing a little different than we're doing it a little differently than we have before. We are looking at the energy, or we're pulling a card for your Divine Counterpart. So now, if you are a Sagittarius Divine Feminine, Sagittarius Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Sagittarius Divine Feminine, what is the energy of your divine counterpart? And it's probably a little bit of not wanting to speak. I can say that already because as soon as I got to you guys, my throat started getting dry all of a sudden, okay? So we're going to tell you what that is, and I'm being directed to take this card off the bottom. Okay, we're pulling from the Light Seers deck, and I'll put some links to all of these decks in the comments at the end of the video. What is the current energy of your divine counterpart if you are a Sagittarius Divine Feminine? Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Okay, what does that tell me? That tells me that he's in some, and when we're just talking about energy, obviously, if you're a male Divine Feminine watching for a female Divine Masculine, it's just energy. Tarot is not gender, it's energy. So, Sag, Divine Feminine, your divine counterpart is in some not so happy energy, okay? That Temperance card in reverse. Upright, that Temperance card is the Angel of Balance. It is, as you can see there, the yin-yang energy. So this is one of what I consider to be one of the twin flame cards in the deck, because you got the sun, which represents masculine energy, and the moon, which represents feminine energy, and it's balanced. So the Temperance card is the Angel of Balance and Healing. With this being in the reverse position, that tells me that your divine masculine is probably going through some, it could be having some health issues. I don't know. Yeah, definitely not happy. He's feeling out of balance right now. He's feeling out of balance. So, you know, I did tell you guys I would be pulling the advice from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, but I'm being directed right now to pull a tarot card for your advice this week, Divine Feminine. So I'm going to do that. What is your advice for how to deal with, or if you should even do anything with regards to how your the energy that your divine counterpart is in? They're not in happy energy right now. Temperance in reverse, they're a little unbalanced. They might not be feeling healthy. They may not be feeling that your connection is healthy. They may be feeling like they're just a little bit out of sorts. I'm not going to pull any clarifiers because I don't want to go do a deep dive into that, because the energy of the divine masculine reading on Wednesday was very positive. So let's just see what advice card we pulled here. Advice for you, Four of Cups. Okay, Four of Cups is a card of boredom. As you can see here, it says boredom. But the other thing with the Four of Cups, sometimes if you look at the imagery in the traditional deck, it is someone that doesn't want to be bothered with anything outside. You can see a hand coming out of the cloud trying to present a fourth cup to the female that's sitting under. In one deck, it's a female sitting underneath a tree, and there's a hand coming out of the cloud trying to present. I'm not sure which deck I'm thinking of right now, what the name of that deck is, but the imagery is that could be the Light Seers deck. Yeah, that is the Light Seers deck I'm thinking about, where there's a female sitting there. Her arms are folded, and the universe is trying to present her with another cup, but she's got her back to it. With this Four of Cups in the advice position, I could get the book and read from it. I will, but I'm going to tell you right now, your advice, Divine Feminine, is just to chill. Just chill. Don't do anything. Don't reach out or anything like that. Let him figure it out. Let him figure it out. He will. He will. Remember what Matt always says. Reversals are temporary states. They want to be upright, okay? This reversal is a temporary state, so he's not going to be in that energy for long. But the advice from Spirit for you is to let him sit, okay? Let me see what the book says about the Four of Cups in advice position, and we'll keep it moving. The Four of Cups in the advice position says, look for inspiration, renew your faith that life can bring you what you need, okay? That kind of would be like advice for you if it were individual, but because we're looking at the energy of your divine counterpart, I'm going to go with the advice what I interpreted this card to mean. This Four of Cups card is your advice this week. It is, hey, look, just chill. Don't worry about anything. In fact, you know what? I just updated the way I wanted to do this reading. This is a little bit of an aside, but we will pull we'll go ahead and pull an oracle card for the whole connection, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and it'll be marked. It'll be marked by the time you see this on the screen, it'll be marked. It'll say advice, general advice for Sagittarius, okay? Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine. This will be your advice card from the Oracle deck, and then we'll do individual advice. So that's how I'll do that. Now, so again, what you want to do is nothing. Just chill. Just let him get through it. Pray for him. Like I said, cups is emotions. So take that emotional energy and just pray for that person. Don't get involved, whatever. Don't try to find out what it is he's feeling unbalanced about. he is going to figure it out. Okay. So now let's put that back in the deck and let us pull a card for Sagittarius Divine Masculine. If you are Sagittarius Divine Masculine, okay, you're the Divine Masculine in a connection, a twin flame connection, and you are Sagittarius. Let's figure out what is the advice for, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Divine Masculine, what is the current energy of your Divine Counterpart in your connection? Okay, let's find out what the current energy is for your Divine Counterpart in your connection. The Tower, upright. The Tower, upright. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Masculine. The current energy for your Divine Counterpart is a Tower, upright. So they've got divine intervention coming in for something in their reality. I'm wondering if I should pull a clarifier on that. The Tower card represents divine intervention. It could mean that something, Tower moments, that Scorpio energy. So there is some transformation that is happening for your Divine Counterpart and is being universally directed. So whatever it is, we don't know what that is. I'm going to go ahead and pull a clarifier for you guys and see what's going on with that. So let's pull one card to clarify, and it just popped out. Okay. What came out as a clarifier of that Tower moment is that Two of Cups in reverse. That Two of Cups in reverse. So Two of Cups in reverse is not a happy card, because the Two of Cups upright, that's another one of my twin flame cards. The Two of Cups upright, it's in reverse. So right now, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, this is telling me that your Divine Counterpart, your Divine Feminine, she's not really feeling all that hype on the connection right now. And the Tower moment is universal. This is divine intervention. Divine intervention is stepping in to correct whatever is broken with you all's connection. So that is the clarification. That's the energy that your Divine Counterpart is in this week. Divine Masculine, that is what's going on with your Divine Feminine counterpart. They are, universe is stepping in and has caused a Tower moment where divine intervention. I love the Tower card as Scorpio energy. That is the energy of renewal. It is the universe forcing that renewal on that person. So your person probably, again, was not feeling too great about your connection, was feeling like maybe the connection's over or ready to let go of that connection. Two of Cups upright, those are two hand in hand. That's connection. That's the joining of hearts. Maybe your person is like, look, I'm done with this connection, but the universe is stepping in saying, no, you're not done. So let me pull an advice card for you, Divine Masculine, and find out what's going on. Let's find out what the universe wants you to do. And now I would tell you that if it's divine intervention going on, you really don't need to do anything. Just kind of stay out of the way. Okay. Yeah. Kind of stay out of the way. I could take this card that just flew out. I'm going to take it. And because of, although I don't typically read reversals with the Oceanic Tarot deck, this one fell out in reverse. And I think it's par for the course for what I was telling you not to do, which is do nothing. If it's a divine intervention, you got to kind of take your hands off of it. So, but your advice is this Three of Swords in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, I don't normally take these Oceanic Tarot deck cards in reverse, but for your advice, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, for your Divine Counterpart connection, basically what you want to do is, this says the Three of Swords is a heartbreak card. Your advice is, hey, if you've been feeling any heartbreak at all with regards to your connection, let it go. Let it go. The heartbreak is ending. And that advice is supported by these. Divine intervention is stepping in to repair this broken Two of Cups, this Two of Cups in reverse. So once that's done with, any heaviness that you were feeling about your connection is going to be gone anyway. So this is almost, I see this as a future card. Any heaviness that you're feeling or that your Divine Counterpart is feeling, well, this is your advice card. So any heaviness that you might be feeling with regards to your connection, you can let that go, because the universe here, this tower card, divine intervention, is tearing down removing anything that's standing between you and your Divine Counterpart. Okay, so the advice from the universe for you is, don't worry about it. Just you can let go. You can get over your heartbreak. If the Three of Swords upright is a heartbreak card, then being reversed is telling you to celebrate. Okay, So that's my advice to you this week. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Masculine. Now, that was your reading on what is the current energy of your divine counterpart. How are they feeling? Let me get you a Shaman's Dream Oracle card, okay? Shaman's Dream Oracle card. Stars in the sky. Limitless possibility. That supports this reading. That supports this reading, okay? And that's the number 51. That's the number 51. Okay, so you could be dealing with somebody that was born May 1st or January the 5th. Okay, at 51 there, 5 and 1 results to 6. The 6th house has to deal with our health, right? 6th house is the house of health. It's ruled by Virgo, the house of health and daily routines, daily tasks, or whatever. So that might mean something to somebody. But stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Let's see what the book says about that. Stars in the sky, limitless possibility, and that's number 51. Okay. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, you can count all the stars twinkling above. Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls you. Okay? This is for the whole connection, divine masculine or divine feminine, Sagittarius. Doesn't matter. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how best to serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as fact rather than theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. So that's your oracle advice from the Shaman's Oracle deck, the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Keep in mind the limitless possibilities and create the reality that you want in your mind first with regards to your connection. Okay? Limitless possibilities. So you actually can have what you want. You got to see it first, though. You got to see it. You got to see it first, then you got to feel it, and then you will hold it. See it, feel it, and then you'll hold it. Okay? That's all we got on that. So that ends my Sagittarius reading. Next, we're going to reshuffle the deck. Next, we are moving on to the Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. What is the current energy of your Divine Masculine? What's the current energy of your Divine Masculine this week? If you have Capricorn in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, and you are the Divine Feminine in your twin flame connection. Let's find out. Okay. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Okay. So your Divine Masculine is trying to balance some things that are earthly, of a grounded nature. And this is such a Divine Masculine card here. Okay. Two of Pentacles, that's earth energy. Capricorn. So that your divine counterpart may have Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus in their chart as their Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, perhaps Mars, maybe even North Node. But right now, that Two of Pentacles is a card of balancing. They're trying to juggle and trying to balance. As you can see here, it looks like the sun. It could be a heavenly body up there at the top. And then there's the handbag that she's holding that's a purse or whatever. So basically, this tells me that the energy that your divine counterpart is in this week, Capricorn, Divine Feminine, is they are really trying to balance and reconcile their spiritual nature with their physical nature, or they're trying to balance their desires with what is going on in their physical reality. Okay. One of these is tangible. The other one is not tangible, but there's a rope around both. So she, in the image in this vehicle, I was about to say vehicle, maybe the vehicle is important or has some relevance to some of you. But in this image, she is holding on to something that is intangible and something that is tangible. So your divine masculine is trying to balance something that is intangible with something that is tangible. They're trying to balance their spirit with the physical. Perhaps there's someone who is, a lot of the divine masculines are grounded in religion, so to speak. So maybe this person is trying to reconcile and balance spirituality with their with what they've learned, with what they've known their entire life. They're trying to perhaps they're learning, and as you can see here, the look on her face is she's trying to figure this out. I love this Light Seers deck. Whoever the artist was that did these renditions, they did a really good job capturing energy. As you can see, the color of that handbag is red. Red is the color. I'm wearing red today. Red is the color of the root chakra. Okay, that's about money, finance, financial security. Okay, so this person is trying to balance their physical needs, their earthly needs, with perhaps their spiritual desires, or they're trying to balance and reconcile what they see versus what they imagine. Okay, so I'm not going to pull any clarifiers. Let's get an advice card for you, Divine Feminine. Okay, Capricorn, Divine Feminine. Let's get an advice card for you. Okay, and it just came out. Your advice this week with regards to your connection that was the energy of your divine counterpart. So Divine Feminine, your advice this week is Four of Swords, recovery. That is a card of rest and recovery. So basically, again, this is like the Sagittarius read. Just kind of chill. Just kind of chill out. Don't let the Most High do what the Most High is doing. The Most High, the spirit realm, source, divine, they are working. They're helping your divine masculine to figure these things out and to reconcile them. They're helping your divine masculine to bridge the gap between the spirit and the physical. Okay, so your advice is not to interfere. Don't interfere. Just rest and work on yourself. A lot of you have probably, it's post-holiday, so a lot of you those of you that celebrate the holidays or whatever. I know everybody doesn't, but a lot of you are recovering. This is that time of year anyway where people have had a long year with regards to work and just life and being busy, and this is the time of year that we kind of pull it back a little bit. Depending on where you live. You're in the northern hemisphere, the temperatures are getting cooler, so you're just kind of settling down a little bit. Go take a nap. Capricorn, Divine Feminine, if you're Capricorn, you work your ASS off anyway. Your advice from Spirit is go take a nap. Rest and recover. Do some self-care. Don't worry about your connection. God's got it, okay? Your divine masculine, they're working that out with the Holy Spirit. Let the Holy Spirit, the scripture says the Holy Spirit is a teacher and will teach us all things. The Holy Spirit is going to teach your divine masculine how to balance that. Any doubts that they might have about that thing which is intangible that we saw in that card, that spirit energy, they're going to reconcile. Okay, God is going to show them the connection between the spirit and the physical. God is going to show them the connection between what they see and what they desire, and show them how to reconcile and bring their desires into their reality. So the two of our pentacles sometimes is seen as a card of juggling responsibilities. You might have somebody that's juggling responsibilities as well, but your advice, don't do anything. Let the Holy Spirit guide that connection, okay? All right. So let's move on now to the Capricorn Divine Masculine. If you're a Capricorn, you are the Divine Masculine in a twin flame connection, and you have Capricorn in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Let's find out what the energy of your divine counterpart is. Capricorn Divine Masculine. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Let's find out. Okay. I don't know why the Spirit is trying to push this card out of my hand, but I'm going to take it. Divine Masculine, Capricorn. What is the energy of your Divine Feminine counterpart? She's in the 10 of Wands in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse, okay? The 10 of Wands is a card of, there's a couple different ways to read that 10 of Wands in reverse. The 10 of Wands in reverse could be a positive card. It could be a not so positive card. It just depends. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because one way to look at the 10 of Wands in reverse is your Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine Capricorns. Your Divine Feminine is in this energy of, hey, you know what? I've let go of all of these heavy burdens. I've released. You know what? I'm just going to give you both. I don't need to pull a clarifier. You will know. It's time for us to start tapping in and not relying so much on tarot readers. We'll give you that little push, but then you make the swing move on its own after that. We'll give you that starter push, but then you got to pedal a bicycle. Okay. So your divine feminine is in this 10 of Wands reverse energy. That could mean two things. Number one, it could mean that she has said, hey, you know what? I've released all of these heavy burdens that have been holding me down. I can't do it anymore. I've given it up to God. I've given it up to Source. I've given it up to the universe. And you know what? That actually goes right in alignment with what the Capricorn Divine Feminine's advice card was, which was the rest card. It was the Four of Swords, which is a card that her advice card was to rest, recover, do self-care. So that goes in perfect alignment with this 10 of Wands in reverse. She has let go of all of these heavy burdens. She's let go. Now, the other idea with the 10 of Wands, some people see the 10 of Wands upright as a heavy burden. I see the 10s on the masculine energy side. Well, 10s are the end of the cycle. So one way you could look at this if it's upright is that, hey, you know what? This is the end of a cycle. So that's the positive way that I look at the 10 of Wands upright. So the 10 of Wands reverse could mean that, hey, you know what? They know that this heavy cycle is not over yet. It hasn't ended yet because the 10 of Wands is in reverse. However, it may not be over, but my part in it is over. I'm letting go. I'm giving it to God. So that is the energy of your divine counterpart this week. If you have Capricorn in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, and you are the divine masculine in your connection. So what is your advice? Let's find out what your advice is. Let's find out what your advice is. Spirit is funny the way it works. I was reaching for one deck. Spirit said, nope, grab the other deck and take that card on the bottom. Your advice, Capricorn, divine masculine, is the Wheel of Fortune. You know what that is? That basically says, hey, it's going to do what it's going to do. The Wheel of Fortune is the card of fate. It is a card of destiny. So your advice is really, you don't have to do anything. Destiny is going to play out in your connection, okay? If it is God's will, it's going to happen. And the fact that you're here watching this for a divine counterpart tells me that twin flames are destined connections anyway. So destiny is going to take over. Whatever is destined, whatever is fated for your connection is going to happen. This Wheel of Fortune upright says it's coming. It is coming. So you are going to know, and I had a feeling I was going to get a phone call interrupting me. You are going to know exactly what that is. So go with it. That is my advice to you, divine feminine, okay, or divine masculine, watching for your divine counterpart. Hold on just one second. Hello? Hello? Okay, Capricorn divine masculine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. I'm smiling because that distraction, I had to step away because I got distracted by a phone call. That phone call was my dad telling me he had something for me. He said, just come pick it up whenever you're ready. So that is your confirmation of your advice card. All right. Daddy energy. That's God, Father God, right? Whatever it is he got for you is coming in. It's coming in. Wheel of Fortune. So just chillax. Just chillax. Don't worry about anything. Focus on yourself and just chill and just know that destiny, the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and that what is fated for you is coming to you. What is yours is yours. Nobody can ever take it away from you. Okay, that's your advice. Now let me get an oracle card. Let's get an oracle card for Capricorn. And what just flew out was Winter's Dream. Interesting that we get a card that pops out that says Winter's Dream. Okay. Number 63 is 9. I like that 9 energy. We're in a 9 year, okay? 9 is the end of a cycle. Cycle's got to end before a new one can begin. Winter's Dream, gestation period. Did I not just say that? Where's that Wheel of Fortune card? What did I do with it? Did I put it away? I already put it away. All right? That's all connected, y'all. Winter's Dream, gestation period. You know what you're doing in the gestation period? You guys have the same energy across the board. So if a Capricorn divine feminine, your advice card was the Four of Swords, which is rest and recovery, gestation period. Okay. If you're Capricorn divine masculine, your advice card was the Wheel of Fortune, which is relax because whatever is coming for you is coming. It's on the truck. It's on the delivery truck. Okay. Winter's Dream, 9. Okay. The energy that your divine counterpart was in, if you're watching this and you're the divine masculine, was the end of that tough cycle, the end of carrying those heavy burdens. Okay. That 10 of Wands in reverse. This is all connected. 9s, endings. Okay. Winter's Dream, gestation period. This basically is telling me right now that your oracle advice is just to chill. But let me read it from the book. All right. That was card number 63. Great energy there, Capricorn. And this is divine masculine or feminine. This is general Capricorn, okay? General Capricorn oracle advice, okay? Let me see what this says here. Winter's Dream. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. How about that? Your life force longs to turn inward. Capricorn. Capricorn energy is in the winter, right? Capricorn kicks off the winter. Capricorn kicks off the winter. We got a card called Winter's Dream for the Capricorn reading. You can't make this stuff up. Cast your gaze toward the deep and I got ahead of myself. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in the crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are sitting softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Do not try to rouse them early. Chill. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Okay, set your priorities, but don't act on them. That was the advice for both you guys, whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine. Don't do anything, just chill, okay? This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. All right, that's my Capricorn reading this week for you all. If you like the video, please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified, and so set the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload new content. All right. Thank you so much for watching today, Capricorn. We will now move on to the Aquarius reading. Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, divine feminine. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. What is the current energy of your divine counterpart in your divine counterpart connection? Okay. What is your divine masculine? What's his current energy? What is his current energy? Okay. We're going to find out right here. All right. What is the energy of your divine masculine with regards to your connection? How are they feeling? Aquarius. Your divine feminine, your divine masculine is in the energy of sadness, okay? 5 of Cups. He feels locked out. He feels like he has no access to you. He's wondering what is going on with your connection. He's not feeling super good about it, okay? That's his current energy. I don't need to read any into that because I've been seeing this energy pop up for the last couple of weeks with Aquarius, okay? So, divine feminine watching, for your divine masculine, this is his energy right now, okay? His current energy is the 5 of Cups. And he's in that sadness energy. So let's get you an advice card. Let's get an advice card. I don't even need to do a deep dive on that. Y'all know why he's sad. I'm not pulling the clarifier. I've been seeing this energy quite a bit. So you're gonna know what's going on with your divine counterpart. All right, you know what it is. I'm gonna grab this other deck here. You know what's going on with your divine counterpart. So let's get you some advice, divine feminine. Let's find out what your advice is for your divine counterpart. Beyond praying for him, because always do that. Always pray for your divine counterpart, because when you're praying for your divine counterpart, you're praying for yourself. Okay? This is a connection that you all share. A devil card tried to pop out. Interesting. This card of temptation. We don't want that. We don't want no advice. We're not telling you to get involved in any vices, okay? All right. Let's see what your advice is. Your advice is 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. So just work on something. As you can see here, they're working on some arts and crafts or something. So just keep your hands busy. Don't worry about your divine counterpart. Let God work with them. They'll work out this 5 of Cups energy. They'll work it out. Pray for them. But in the meantime, you work on you. All right. Collaborate. Get with your family. Get with your friends. Do something creative. Do something creative, or do something to keep working on your money. A lot of you Aquarius Divine Feminines, y'all in your bag right now. So keep working on your bag. All right. They are working on something there. What they're working on it for, it kind of doesn't matter because they're doing it for them. Okay. They're doing it. As you can see, that smile on his face right there. He's enjoying it. He's enjoying it. Okay. So have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Don't worry about your divine counterpart. Whatever energy they're in, it'll be worked out. It'll be worked out. Okay. But it ain't got nothing to do with you. When I mean it ain't got nothing to do with you, I'm not saying that they're not sad. They could be sad for how they did you. Maybe their eyes have been opened and they're realizing, hey, a lot of this is my fault. So I'm the reason why this was locked out. I'm locked out. But, you know, Bruno Mars said, you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven for too long. He'll work it out. He'll work it out. Let's move on to Divine Masculine. If you're an Aquarius Divine Masculine watching for a Divine Feminine in your, you know, whatever you have or in your connection, okay? If you are an Aquarius Divine Masculine in a twin flame connection and you have Aquarius in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, Aquarius Divine Masculine, what is the current energy of your Divine Feminine counterpart? Current energy of your Divine Feminine counterpart is the Five of Wands, okay? So your Divine Feminine counterpart is in some sort of conflict energy right now, wrestling. Five of Wands sometimes is a card that indicates people trying to take things away from us. So, or somebody struggling with us. I happen to know a couple of Divine Feminines that are dealing with Aquarius Divine Masculines. You could possibly have a karmic attachment that has your Divine Feminine feel like somebody's trying to take her counterpart away from her. So this is her current energy. She's in some conflict energy with regards to your connection. Now, what is your advice? What is your advice? What do you want to do? What is Spirit telling you to do about that? That's too many cards that came out. Actually, I'm going to get this Rider-Waite-Smith deck. What is your advice? What is Spirit saying for you to do, Aquarius Divine Masculine, with regards to the energy that your Divine Feminine is in? Your Divine Feminine is in the energy of conflict. She's in that Five of Wands energy. She feels like she's in some sort of struggle with somebody with regards to your connection. That is usually a third-party attachment, okay? That's usually a third-party attachment. So your advice: Five of Wands in reverse. Not Five of Wands, correction. Five of Swords in reverse. So what does that mean? What does this mean coming out in the advice position? I'll tell you what I think. I could read from the book, but I'm going to tell you what I think this means for coming out in that advice position. Divine Masculine, Aquarius, if you're out there being slick, you're out there using slick words, deceitful words, this is my card. And listen, I'm just giving you, I'm an open channel for Spirit. Okay, so don't get mad at me. Don't throw rocks at the screen because you're only gonna break your own computer. Okay, do not throw rocks at the screen with this advice that I'm about to give you. This Five of Swords in reverse coming out as the advice card says that if you've been lying to your divine counterpart, stop lying. Stop lying. Any deceitful words. Remember, swords are words and thoughts. So any type of, mental games you've been playing with your divine counterpart, or trying to, obviously, if she's in Five of Wands energy about your connection, Five of Wands feels like somebody she's struggling because somebody's trying to take something away from her. That has to deal with third party attachment, because we're talking about a connection here. So that's a counter, some karmic attachment you have, or some third party attachment. Your advice, Spirit is telling you to tell the truth. Okay, swords are words. Swords are words. Take the S out of sword, and you got what? Words. This is why the swords are air energy. They're words and thoughts. So anything you've been trying to do that has not been forthcoming, has not been telling the truth, just tell the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Just tell the truth. Be honest. Just come forward with some truthful communication, and that'll help her get out of that Five of Wands energy, regardless of what it is. I mean, I don't know exactly how it is that I kind of know how you're feeling about your connection because we saw it in Wednesday's reading, but still you're withholding something. You're withholding something that is not, it's kind of got you in the energy of being deceitful. She probably looks at you as being deceitful. She probably looks at you as somebody that she can't get an honest answer from. So Spirit is telling you to just come out of that Five of Swords energy. It was Five of Swords in reverse for your advice card. Come out of that Five of Swords energy and just tell the truth. Just tell the truth, okay? So now the Aquarius Shaman's Dream Oracle advice for you, whether you're a Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, Aquarius this week. Root Girl, number 46. 46 resolves to 10. That's Capricorn energy. It also resolves to 1, which is Aries energy, okay? So you could be dealing with the Earth sign in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or you could be dealing with the fire sign in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. So let's see what the book has to say about this Root Girl, which is the disowned self. That disowned self, that's 5 energy. And look at this. You can't make this stuff up with Spirit, right? The Divine Feminine Aquarius card, or in other words, if it is a Divine Feminine, that is an Aquarius in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. Her card was the 5 of Wands. Divine Masculine's card was the 5 of Swords. 5 and 5 is 10. This is how I know this is the card Spirit wanted for you all. You cannot make this stuff up. 6 plus 4 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Let's see what it says about the Root Girl, which is the disowned self. And that word disowned itself, no pun intended, sounds to me like 5 energy. 5 masculine energy. What are the masculine signs? Air and fire, or swords and wands. We had the swords and wands come out. Disowned, that sounds like some 5 of, somebody's 5 of wands. Somebody's trying to disown something from somebody, or get something, take something from somebody physically. The 5 of Swords is somebody trying to take something from somebody mentally, or using word manipulation or mental manipulation. So that disowned, this goes right with the Aquarius reading this week. Let me see what this card says for Root Girl. All right. Thank y'all for being here today. If you like this video, hit that like button for me, okay? Tell somebody else about this channel. The Root Girl, the disowned self, hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. How about that? Root Girl sits. Let me make sure I said the right thing. Root Girl sits, shivering, unclean and naked, at the base of the tree of the self. Interesting. I'm looking at the imagery on that card. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home, but is safe, burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of this sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that, reintegrated, can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others, or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deemed unnatural, it's the homeless child's self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. Ah, but if you would only look into the Root Girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. That's twin flame. That's mirror soul energy all day, baby. Here we go. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. However, this child's self came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated, and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed, just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. And there was a distraction, a spam call that just came in just now on my Apple Watch. So that's some added, that timing could not be more indicative of what's going on. Get rid of the distractions. Hit the reject button on the spammers that are trying to spam your thoughts, your deeds with regards to your connection. This card, Root Girl, goes right in alignment with the Aquarius read this week. So I hope you guys maybe run it back, play this back a couple times, and take the advice contained herein, because it's for you. Spirit wanted to talk to you guys. I want to see you all out of that heavy 5 energy, okay? Fives are heavy energy regardless, whether it's the feminine cards, the pentacles and the cups, or the masculine cards, the swords and the wands. 5s are heavy energy, but 5 is also a number of transition. So you got to go through that 5. That 5 is a halfway to 10. You got to go through that 5 to get to the next stage. So get through that. Get through that, Aquarius. That's all I got for y'all. Hit that like button for me on your way out. Thank you so much for being here this week. Next up, we have Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or Mars. Pisces, okay? Let's see what, if you're a Pisces Divine Feminine, let us see what your Divine Masculine is feeling this week. Here's this energy again. 5 of Pentacles, abandonment, left out. If you're a Pisces Divine Feminine and you have Pisces in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, or Venus, Mars, or North Node, your Divine Masculine is feeling left out. He's feeling abandoned. He's feeling locked out of your life. He's feeling locked out of this connection. I could pull a clarifier to try to figure out why he's feeling that way, but Spirit is telling me not to. So I'm just going to give you some advice. He's got to work that out. He's got to work that out with Spirit. He's got to work that out with Spirit. So whatever it is that he's feeling abandoned and feeling left out about, Divine Feminine, I'm probably going to say it's not you first and foremost. Now it could be, but we know how these twin flame connections start. That Divine Feminine is all gung-ho about her Divine Masculine, but through a series of lessons, she tends to kind of cool off on the connection a little bit. And once she realizes that she needs to focus on herself, that shift in her energy field can cause that Divine Masculine to feel left out. So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Divine Masculine is feeling left out or locked out or abandoned because you have upgraded your energy, which is part of the natural process, okay? Part of the natural process. So let's get you an advice card, Pisces Divine Feminine. Let's get you an advice card. What is Spirit's advice to the Divine Feminines, Pisces this week? What is Spirit's advice with regards to their connection? What should they do about their Divine Masculine feeling left out or abandoned? Okay? Let me shuffle these one more time. I split the deck on the 4 cups. That's some strong advice if that was your advice card, but I'm going to take this card right here. Hangman. Just hang out. Hang out. Don't do anything. That advice has been coming up a lot for a lot of the Divine Feminines with regards to their connections with their Divine Masculines. When I see advice that says chill out, do nothing, that means God's got it. Let the Spirit do what the Spirit do. There's nothing you're going to do at this point. You've done your work. You have done your work. You've worked on yourself. Your self-work has upgraded your connection, okay? It has upgraded your connection. Now, the Divine Masculine has got to be pulled along, and it is not your job, Divine Feminine, to pull a Divine Masculine, okay? They're the physical. They're the physical power of the connection. You're the spiritual power of the connection. You've done your part. Let the Spirit work now. Sit in that hangman energy and just wait and meditate. It's coming. It's coming, okay? Wait and meditate. It ain't your job to do. Don't do anything. Don't reach out. Don't try to contact your Divine Counterpart. Hey, baby, I heard it. The Spirit showed me that you in some abandoned and energy. You feeling all right, sugar? Nah, we ain't doing that. Spirit's telling you to sit in that hangman position and let that clarity come to you. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for you, Pisces Divine Feminine. Now let's move on to the Pisces Divine Masculine. Pisces Divine Masculine. If you are a Pisces and are the Divine Masculine in a twin flame or high level soulmate connection, and you have Pisces in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or even North Node perhaps, let's find out the energy that your Divine Counterpart is in this week, okay? Or right now. Let's find out the energy your Divine Counterpart's in right now. And the card just came out. All right. Pisces Divine Masculine, your Pisces Divine Feminine, or your Divine Feminine, I don't know what her sign might be, She could be an air sign because this is, she could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius or whatever because this is air energy. She's in the Five of Swords in reverse energy. She's over the lies. She's over the mental manipulation. She's had it with it. Okay, she's done with it. She's walking away from the lies and manipulation. Now, she is over it. This upright, in this upright position, that's somebody with a smirk on their face. That's a bad guy. That Five of Swords upright, that's a bad guy. That Five of Swords reversed, she's like, look, I've had enough of the lies. I've had enough of this guy right here. With his lies, his manipulation, his tricking me, his not being forthcoming, his not telling me the whole story. I'm over it. I'm out. Deuces. Now, deuces would be the Six of Wands the Six of Swords, but the Six of Swords didn't come out. To me, the Five of Swords in reverse is just as good as the Six of Swords. They're moving on. I'm done with this. I can't listen to you. I can't listen to you. Okay. She probably doesn't want to talk to you. She probably doesn't want to talk to you, and this would be the reason why. I don't need a clarifier. This is her energy. So what's your advice? What's your advice? The Justice card. The Justice card. What did I just say? What did I just say the energy she's in? She's tired of the lies and mental manipulation, the lack of truth, the lack of clarity. That Justice card, that's Libra energy, okay? It's time to restore balance. Spirit is telling you to restore balance. What to do about her feeling that way? Restore balance. Libra is an air sign. The Justice card is a Libra card. 7. I'm sorry, that's 8. That's 8. That's the number 8 card, the Justice card. You know what the number 8 is in numerology? It's a number of transformation. 8 is 8. You can apply that to the 8th house in astrology. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. Some of y'all might be dealing with a Scorpio, but the 8 energy, or you yourself might have Scorpio prevalent in your chart. However, this 8 energy is the energy of transformation. So your advice is transform your connection by restoring balance to it. The quickest way to restore balance to a situation where somebody's over the manipulation, the lies, or whatever, is to simply tell the truth. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not here for that. I'm just reading the cards. I'm just reading and interpreting the cards. So your advice, Pisces, Divine Masculine, is to simply, and listen, I know Pisces can be creative sometimes. I have Pisces people in my family. Typically, if a Pisces, let me read y'all for a minute in front of everybody, okay? Typically, when a Pisces is not being truthful or forthcoming, they're not doing it to be mean. They're not doing it to be mean. They're not doing it to be intentionally manipulative, or they're not doing it to be injurious. They're not trying to harm. They're not doing it to be harmful. Typically, Pisces energy, when they're not telling the truth or being creative with the truth, they're too embarrassed to admit what's really going on with them, or they don't want to hurt you, so they lie to you. That's Pisces energy. I grew up with a Pisces. I know how and why Pisces lie. They don't lie because they're bad people. They lie because they really don't want to hurt anybody. But Spirit's telling you, you got to restore the justice in your connection. This is what Spirit is telling you to do about the energy that your divine counterpart is in, which is Five of Swords in reverse. If she don't want to talk to you, now you know why. But Spirit is giving you the power and authority to transform it with that number 8 card. But that number 8, followed by the word justice, is telling you how you're going to transform it. You're going to transform it by bringing justice back. You're going to rebalance that connection. Rebalance it, okay? Bring balance back. And the only way, the justice card is a card of Libra. That is air energy. And that is also a cardinal air sign. So that means you have to take the lead. The cardinal signs kick off the seasons. They're the leaders, okay? They're the leaders. The fixed signs are the doers. And the mutable signs are the transformers. They're the adapters. Okay? They help people adapt to change. They are what they need to be at the time. That's mutable. That's what mutable energy is. But with that number 8 justice card coming out, balance, and that's the Libra. Look at the scales of justice and scales of balance. That's the Libra symbol. And swords represents air, words and thoughts. So you have to bring justice back to your connection. And you're going to do it by being forthcoming. Get out of that Piscean energy that says, well, I don't want to hurt that person, so I'm just going to tell them a lie. Or I won't say anything. Or maybe I'll make them think. Whatever it is, you know your situation. I'm not here to put anybody on Front Street by trying to dig through that tarot deck to get the details. I don't care about the details because you know them. Spirit said, restore the justice. Bring the justice back. Transform your connection by telling the truth, okay? Now, I'm going to get you guys an oracle card advice. Get you an oracle card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. This is for Pisces, Divine Masculine, and Divine Feminine both. Pisces, your oracle advice this week is the number 64 card, Woodwives, adaptability. How about that? Pisces is a mutable sign. It is adaptable. It is adaptable. The mutable signs, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, are masters of adaptability. So already I know where this is going. Let me read from the book. Woodwives, adaptability. Okay? And 10, 6 plus 4, that's 10. 10 is Capricorn energy, a leader. 10, you 1 plus 0 is 1. That's Aries energy, a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader in your connection. Be a leader in your connection. Okay? But let's read the card. Let's also endure. 10 Capricorn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is time. That's endurance. Endure. Don't throw in the towel on your connection. Endure it. Endure. What's that scripture? Love is patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love behaves. Love is not selfish. Is not boastful. Is not easily provoked. Love endures all. That's that 10 energy. That Capricorn energy. That Saturn energy. Endure. All right? Endure. Overcome. Endure. Let's read. Woodwives. Adaptability. Y'all hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. All right? Woodwives. Adaptability. Strong roots and growth. The Woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are and what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now, and in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. Pisces, I'm being guided to tell you to get a copy of this book too. Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. That book has got great advice in it for you, regardless of whether you are Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine in your twin flame connection, and it is going to lead you to the inner healing and balance that is going to lead to balance and restoration and reunion of your Divine Counterpart connection that appears broken in the physical, but it is completely solid in the ethereal realms. Okay, you came here to fix what was broken in the physical. When something's broken in the physical, it's got to be fixed in the physical. Your higher selves agreed to come here and have this experience. You guys are connected on the 5D plane. Okay, just wanted to say that for somebody. Get a copy of that book. It's available at my website, www.talfordarts.com. There'll be a link in the comments underneath this video. Okay, you can also get it at Amazon, but depending on the date, if you're watching this, depending on the date you're watching this, if it is not yet December the 2nd, you can get it for 25% off at my website. It's also available in Amazon Kindle and Apple Books. Okay, now let's resume. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now, and in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all it takes to do this right now. If you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, Pisces, mutable, you will be amazed by how well things play out for you. The Woodwives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. They represent what you already know how to do. Learn. Be in beginner's mind. Be in beginner's mind. Let go of your rigid notions of how things should be and be present to what is right now, unencumbered by your own projections. Okay? Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries. Nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass, and you will dance with nature and move with it all. Perhaps you're being given an opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far. I need my readers on. No, I don't. And you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line that you drew. Go for it. You will be glad you did. All right. And that is this week's Pisces reading. That was from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like button on your way out. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Okay. Thank you, Pisces. Moving on to a sip of water for a sip of tea first. Moving on to Aries. Aries, Divine Feminine. If you are Aries, Divine Feminine in a twin flame connection, and you have Aries in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, what is the energy of your Divine Counterpart? And the card that just turned over, Aries, Divine Feminine. What is the energy of your Divine Counterpart? They are in this reverse 9 of Swords. They are finally coming out of that worry energy. They're finally coming out of whatever it was that was worrying them about this connection. They are finally coming out of it. So that's cause to celebrate. I don't even need to do anything more with that. Whatever they were going through that was causing them mental anguish, grief, sleepless nights, whatever. That's confirmation burp. Whatever it was they were going through, they're now coming out of that. So that's great news. Celebrate with them. Let me see if Spirit has any advice for you. Okay? I'll have to shuffle those again. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you, okay? Two cards came out, okay? So, Divine Feminine, Aries Divine Feminine, 2 cards came out. The 8 of Cups, which is a card of walking away from what no longer serves us, walking away from what's causing us emotional anguish, as well as the Temperance in reverse. Okay, so this Temperance in reverse to me clarifies this 8 of Cups. Your advice with regards to your connection, Divine Feminine, is look, your Divine Masculine is already coming out of whatever was causing them grief. They're coming out of that grief energy. So your advice from Spirit is to walk away from anything that is causing an imbalance in your life, whether it's at your finances, your job, your finances, your anything, any family, any friendships, anything that you feel like might have been causing you imbalance in your Divine Counterpart connection. Okay, any outside distractions. Okay, this is the Angel of Healing. This Temperance card upright is the Angel of Healing. So another way to look at this is if it is in this particular perspective. Another way to look at this is if the Angel upright is the Angel of Healing, then the Angel turned upside down or reverse is not the Angel of Balance. It's the Angel of Imbalance. So any type of negative words from people, anybody got something negative to say about your connection, they got something bad to say about your Divine Counterpart, why you messing with him, girl? This is in that book too, by the way. Y'all check out that book, Twin Flames. I got some great, listen, if you're on a twin flame journey, I can't sell that book enough. I mean, when I say sell it, I'm talking about sell you on the need for you to have that book. There's so many jewels that cover your connection. You're going to find them in there. But anyway, getting back to your reading, walk away from anything or anyone that's trying to cause imbalance in your connection. Anything or anyone that's trying to cause imbalance in your connection, Spirit's advice is for you to walk away from it. Okay? All right, that is your reading this week, Aries Divine. And Aries, y'all got the market cornered on going to war, okay? But Spirit's saying you ain't got to go to war this time. Spirit's saying walk away. So, okay? So know when to fight, know when to walk away. But the advice from Spirit for you all this week is to walk away from anything that is causing imbalance in your connection. Leave it behind. It no longer serves you. It's on a different frequency from you. Okay? All right? Now, let us move on to the Aries Divine Masculine. Aries Divine Masculine. What is Spirit saying that your Divine Feminine counterpart in your connection is going through right now? What are they feeling? What's their energy today? What is their energy right now? What is their energy today? And this goes for Aries Divine Masculines who have Aries. If you're a Divine Masculine in a high-level soulmate or twin flame connection, Divine Counterpart connection, and you have Aries in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, this is talking to you, Divine Masculine. Aries Divine Masculine. Your Divine Feminine counterpart is in the energy of balance this week, right now. This is the energy they're in right now. Justice. They're in the energy of balance. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to balance something in their life. They're trying to bring balance to something in their life. Okay, they're trying to restore order. Libra, this is Libra energy. The Justice card is Libra energy. So this could have to deal with you guys' connection. Perhaps they're trying to balance the connection in their heart. 8 is the energy of transformation. Okay, this is the number 8 card. 8 is the you could be dealing with the Scorpio. 8 energy is Scorpio energy. They are working on. Look how beautiful this character is in this video. Not video. I keep saying video. This card, this image. This character is she could be trying to restore balance to her life. Okay, working on her beauty, working on what brings her happiness, working on her mind. Okay, her words, balance. She is trying to restore balance. That is her energy right now. Let me pull a clarifier and see what she's trying to restore balance to. Okay. What came out was the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups clarifying the 8 of Cups clarifying this balance card, this Justice card. So with the 8 of Cups clarifying the balance card, this tells me that she's bringing balance by walking away from things that cause her emotional pain, emotional distress. She's no longer, she's walking away from anything that does not serve her. And there's more of that 8 energy, right? That's 2 8s there. That's 2 8s. Watch this. Watch how spirit works. That's it. That's the number 8 card, right? It is the Justice card. It's Libra energy. Libra rules over which house? House number 7. Okay. Here's the 8 of Cups card. Okay. 8 plus 8 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7, which is the energy of balance. That was the perfect clarifier for this. So your divine feminine, if you're Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, and you are the divine masculine in your connection, your divine counterpart is restoring balance. She's restoring energy. She's bringing justice is being restored, and it's being restored in her life by her simply choosing to walk away from things that do not serve her. Okay. So what is your advice? What is your advice? I know some of you want some clarification. Is she walking away from me? Don't worry about that. Go and watch the Divine Masculine reading I did a couple days ago. Okay. Look at the date of today's reading and then go and find the video that was just prior to this one in my video list, and you'll know she's not walking away from you. So if that's your concern, you need to be focusing on you and not yourself. But let's see what Spirit says that your advice is. Okay. Let me shuffle these cards of this Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Let's see what advice is Spirit giving you, Aries Divine Masculine. What advice is Spirit giving you? Ten of Wands in reverse. See, I knew it. Some of y'all worried about it. Is she walking away from me? This says let go of those heavy burdens. Let go of the heavy load. Spirit, your advice right now, Aries Divine Masculine, is to let go of that heavy burden. You've been carrying some heavy burdens for far too long that you don't need to carry. So Spirit is saying, give it to me. Give it to me. Okay? Cast all your cares upon me before I care for you. That's the scripture, right? Give it up. Let it go. Whatever this heavy activity you just grind and whatever. It could be grind, it could be work, could be something that is just been it's been a bear. It's time to let it go. If you're in 10 of Wands energy with regards to your connection, which I thought y'all were anyway, when I felt some of y'all wanting to know what it was she was walking away from, that's worry. That's worry. Now the worry card is kind of the 9 of Swords card, but here, that 10 of Wands is you still carrying a heavy burden. Swords and Wands are both masculine energy. So Spirit is telling you, directing you all to let go of that heavy burden. Okay. Now let's get you some Shaman's Dream Oracle advice. Let's see what comes out of the cards here for you all. Okay. Shaman's Dream Oracle. What is the advice? General advice for Aries. Aries Oracle card advice this week. Aries Oracle card advice. Let me shuffle these. All right, this is the one that wanted to come out. Let's see what it is. What's the Oracle card for Aries this week? Shaman's Dream Oracle. What's your card? Jeweled Web. Connectivity. Connectivity. Okay, number 5, 32. 32. So that date, that might be a date that's significant to somebody. 2nd of March or the 3rd of February. That could be significant to somebody. Okay. All right. Or you could be a life path. Number 5. Jeweled Web. Connectivity. Okay. Let's see what that means. Oracle advice. Connectivity. Maybe the advice is to work on just imagine yourselves connected. Part of the problems in the twin flame collective is there's too much worrying about the connection. Is this connection? No, just Just imagine it. Imagine that connection. Imagine what it looks and feels like connected, and do that within yourself. But anyway, let me stop rambling and read. Jeweled web, connectivity. What did I just say? No separation, the feeling state. Connectivity, no separation, the feeling state. Approaching any, let me show that to y'all, okay? Right there, boom. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. See what I'm saying? I just said that. You're asking whether you will reach a desired goal of some kind. Put down that heavy burden. Put down that heavy burden. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection, and so, naturally, everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an end game, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works. But know this, what is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among this web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. I just said that. Wow. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Did I not say that? Did I not say that, y'all, at the beginning of this? And I've never seen that card. Okay? Who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that? The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. I can't add anything to that. That's your reading this week, Aries. Okay? Aries, that's your oracle, whether you're Aries, Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine. That's your reading this week. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button on your way out. And now we are going to move on to Gemini. Not Gemini. Whoops, I'm skipping. Taurus. We're moving on to Taurus. Taurus, Divine Feminine. Well, you got Taurus in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Taurus, Divine Feminine. What is, I said advice. Taurus, Divine Feminine in a Divine Counterpart connection. Taurus, if you got Taurus in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, and you're the Divine Feminine in a twin flame / high level soulmate Divine Counterpart connection. What is the energy of your Divine Counterpart right now? The Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Taurus. Listen, this is your energy right here. Pentacles is that's Earth energy. That's going to be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Six of Pentacles in reverse. That tells me that the energy that your Divine Counterpart is in right now is he's feeling like he's got nothing to give. He's feeling like he's got nothing to give. He's feeling like he perhaps has nothing to offer. He might be strapped for cash. He might not be feeling generous. He may not want to give. Okay. I'm not going to clarify that. It has to deal with his concern is his money. Your Divine Counterpart's concern is their money right now. And it's especially with it being the holidays. We just did a Divine Masculine general collective reading a couple of weeks ago that talked about a lot of the Divine Masculines being in some heavy energy because they feel like their money just isn't right for them to have anything to offer. Well, Taurus, Divine Feminine, this is the energy your Divine Counterpart's in right now. Okay. So what's your advice? What's your advice? Let's find out what the advice is for you. What advice? The Knight of Swords in reverse came out. The Knight of Swords in reverse came out. That Knight of Swords upright is he's coming to bring a message. He's carrying a message. He's carrying some words to someone. I know some people say pages are messengers, but when I'm dealing with that Knight of Swords, because swords are air energy, and that has to deal with words, communication. Your advice from Spirit right now, Divine Feminine, that is a Taurus. Okay, I gave you the positions: Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. Taurus, Divine Feminine. Don't run toward him. Don't run toward your Divine Counterpart. Let him be. Let him be. The thing. Let me tell y'all about masculine energy. Okay. The thing with masculine energy is masculine energy. There's something about a masculine where part of the journey of becoming a man is figuring stuff out on your own. Okay. So let him figure it out. A lot of times, especially when you're a generous feminine energy. You want to help. You want to get in there. You want to help. You want to give him some. Oh, he's in the energy of not having any money. He doesn't have anything to give. Let me run and go talk to him and find out how can. No, you're delaying. You are delaying his advancement by doing that. He's got to figure it out. He's got to figure it out. If you never take your hand off the seat if you never take your hand off the back of the bicycle seat with the kid on it, he's never going to learn how to ride on his own. Because every time he starts to teeter, there you are lifting him back up. He's not going to know how to self-correct. He's got to fall in order to learn how to stay on that bicycle. So your advice from Spirit is, don't go toward him. Don't go toward him, okay? Let him be. He's going to figure it out. I promise you he will. He will figure it out. If he truly is your divine counterpart and he's a divine masculine, he came here and incarnated with you at this time to figure it out. So he will. Now, let's move on to Taurus divine masculine. Taurus divine masculine. If you are a Taurus, sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, and you hold the divine masculine seat of a twin flame or high level soulmate divine counterpart connection, what is your divine feminine feeling? What's she feeling right now? Let's find out what she feels. Let's check in. Let's be a little bit nosy. Let's find out what your divine feminine is feeling, followed by an advice card that tells you what to do about it, okay? What is the Taurus divine masculine's counterpart feeling this week? The Taurus divine masculine's counterpart, she's saying, I'm a star, baby. That's not what that card means, but she could be a star, okay? She could be a star. She could be somebody that's in the public eye. She could be on a platform or something like that. But what she's feeling is hopeful. She's feeling hopeful for this connection. She's looking up toward the heavens, and she has high hopes for you guys' connection. She has high hopes for you guys' connection. So you know what? With that, because this is the energy of your divine counterpart, Taurus divine masculine, I'm not pulling an advice card. You don't need one. You don't need one. Just be happy that she's in this star energy, that she's in that energy of hope. She's feeling hopeful for that connection. So I'm not going to pull an advice card. I'm going to make a command decision. I'm a Capricorn. We're good at doing that, all right? I'm going to make a command decision and not pull an advice card. Just be happy for her. She's in some good energy right now. She's got a lot of hope for that connection. You don't need any advice on that. You really don't. Okay, and I just checked in with my spirit, and my spirit team said, no, follow your first mind. Do not pull an advice card. So that's pretty much it for you, Taurus divine masculine. That's awesome energy. That's awesome energy that your divine counterparts in. Be happy for them and continue working on yourself. Continue working on yourself, because I'll tell you what. Listen, one of the benchmarks for me with regards to success in a team environment is the Jordan era Chicago Bulls. Everybody played their role in that triangle offense. Everybody knew what their role was. Everybody played their role. And when you've got 5 guys on a basketball team that know their roles and they play it, the team's going to be successful because the roles are interconnected on their own. So I ain't got to, if I'm Dennis Rodman, I ain't got to worry about if Jordan is going to put the ball in the hole once I grab that rebound and start that transition and shoot that ball all the way up the court. Throw that down court pass for Jordan to get it and dunk it. I already know he's going to do it. My only job is to grab that rebound and box out. Okay? If you Michael Jordan, you ain't got to worry about when you see Dennis down there under the basket, you already know to start running the other way because you know Dennis. You know Dennis going to grab that rebound. It don't matter who down there and how much bigger they are than Dennis Rodman. Y'all go watch some of that old video. I know some of y'all too young. Y'all think, LeBron James. Nah, y'all need to go watch some old video of the Chicago Bulls. Maybe go look up the 96 Bulls or the 95 Bulls or the 97 Bulls or whatever. When you had Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman on there, they were the big 3. Go look at how they worked as a team. Everybody knew their own role and they trusted in their teammate. They knew their role, they knew their job, they knew that their teammate knew theirs. So they were free to play their own scheme in the game because they knew, hey, if I'm doing my role and I know he's going to do his as well, if not better than I'm doing mine, we're going to be fine. All right? So that's why I'm not pulling an advice card for y'all. She's in that star energy. Just continue supporting her by being your best you. All right? And Taurus. Taurus, twin flame, divine counterpart, high-level soulmate, divine masculine, and divine feminine. Okay? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. What is your oracle advice this week? And here's your card. What is your oracle advice from the Shaman's Dream Oracle? Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. And that number's 12. That number's 12. 12th house is spirituality. 12th house is spirituality. That's Pisces, okay? That's connected to the heavens. That's the bridge between the heavens and the earth. This life and the past lives, okay? Some of y'all, well, I mean, we're here. We're dealing with past life soulmates, right? That's Piscean energy, very spiritual, very transcendental, okay? Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. 1 + 2 also is 3, so that's about communication. It's also, the 12th house deals with the subconscious mind, but guess what? When you take that 1 and 2 and you put it together, that's 3. The 3rd house is the conscious mind, okay? 12th house is subconscious mind, unconscious mind. The 3rd house is the conscious mind, okay? Protecting the future, Dragon's Horde. And there's the card. The dragon's protecting something. Let's read that. Let's read that number 12 card. See what you guys got. What's your oracle advice this week, Taurus? Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. Legacy, true riches. Legacy and true riches. Riches. Is that not Taurian energy? You can't make this stuff up. In the Dragon's Horde, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground. That's Taurus energy all day. While ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. Let me read that again. Scrolls, information, 3rd house, 1 + 2 is 3. Wow. In the Dragon's Horde, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, and you can fill your satchel with the treasures you like best. Take the gifts offered you and dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But beware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to our grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds are you planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you are no longer here? 2nd house, Taurus, house of values, hoarding. Wow. The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness and your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Spiritual practice, 12 energy, 12th house. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believe you are its lunch. A simple prayer will do, okay? So that's your oracle advice this week. Taurus, thank you for watching. Hit the like button for me on your way out. And if you're new to the channel, tap that subscribe button so you can continue to get updates like these, okay? As we continue to move your connection from perceived separation to reunion. You and that person are already connected in the 5D. You and that person are already connected in the ether, but y'all came here to repair something, okay? Among other things, y'all came to bring light into the earth, but you also came here to fix something that was broken on another timeline, okay? When you fix what's broken on this timeline, it's going to have that magical effect of healing all the other timelines, all right? Real quick, when I worked in IT services, a lot of times when you had a network outage, it was because there was one server that was a main server or a hub point that was messing up. When you fix that server, it restored connectivity among all of them. All of the sites would then begin or resume replicating because you fixed that one. A lot of us are here to fix something that is broken on this timeline because it's going to heal all the other timelines that we exist in. Okay? All right. That's for somebody. Y'all have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Hit that like button for me on your way out. All right? Next, we're moving on to Gemini. Gemini, okay? We're at the halfway point. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Divine Feminine. If you are a Gemini, Divine Feminine, and a twin flame divine counterpart or high-level soulmate connection, this is your Divine Counterpart's energy right now. I'm going to pull their energy and then pull an advice card, tell you what to do about their energy, okay? And there is the card. Gemini, your Divine Counterpart is in the energy of the Fool. New beginning. They're ready to take that leap of faith. They're ready to start over with your connection, okay? They're ready. They're ready. The Divine Feminine, Gemini, Divine Feminine, whatever your divine counterpart was going through, whatever, this card tells me that they've gotten out of that energy, or maybe their eyes are awakened and now they're ready to jump in that water with you. Water is emotions. Water is also spirit. So maybe some of them were super religious or super, earthbound, so to speak, and, super matrix connected. Well, guess what? By watching your example and examining themselves and doing their own inner work, they can now see the truth. And they're like, you know what? Even though I don't know where this thing is going to take me, I'm going for it. So you have inspired your divine counterpart, Gemini, Divine Feminine. You have inspired them to take that leap of faith. That is their current energy. Now, is there any advice for you? Should you do anything? Let's find out. Let's find out if there's anything that you should do with regards to your connection. Is there any advice from Spirit for my Divine Feminines regarding that Divine Masculine that they're connected to? We're talking about my Gemini Divine Feminines. Let's put this one down, grab the other deck. Too many cards came out there. Let's put them back in. And here's my card. It was one of those that came out that was too many. Your advice? The Magician. Guess what? Guess what's interesting here? The Fool is the number 0 card. It's the first major arcana. The Magician is the number one card. It is the second major arcana. So, your advice, this is your divine counterpart's energy, Gemini, Divine Feminine. Their energy is they're ready to take that leap of faith. Follow them. Follow them. Why did you say follow them, Matt? Because the Magician follows the Fool. Okay? You guys, I told y'all this channel exists. This book was written, and this channel exists to support that book. That book is all about healing and fostering union or reunion, because you're already unified in the 5D, okay? So I prefer the term twin flame reunion to twin flame union, because twin flame union sounds like something new. Reunion, this is a reunification of souls that were split apart some time ago or in some timeline because one or both of them did something that caused a rift in the connection. So this is real simple. Your divine counterpart is taking that leap. Follow them, okay? They're taking that physical leap into the unknown realm of spirit and emotions, the water. You follow them, and you do the magician part. You manifest. You master, as a magician, you master all 4 of the elements. So support them, okay? The magician exists to support this work right here, okay? So support him in his journey. Continue to stay spiritual. Stay spiritual, but also stay grounded. What you have here on this magician's table, he's holding the wand, okay? He's got infinity symbol over his head, okay? These are infinite connections. And on the table, he's got the cups and the swords and the pentacles. And it looks like there's another wand there too. So listen, those are all the tools that are necessary. I don't know why that thing, I think that thing thinks I'm doing it thinks I'm doing a thumbs down or whatever. So let me balance the energy. There we go. We balance the energy here. See that? Yin and yang. One thumb down, one thumb up, okay? But the truth here is, you know what? Follow him, support him. Support your divine counterpart on his journey. And you, as the master of all of the elements, you know how to tap into your emotions, the cups. You know how to deal with the pentacles, the everyday, daily life. That's the pentacles, okay? The swords, you know how to talk. You know how to talk to that person. You know how to talk to them in a way that is constructive, a way that builds. And then the wands, you're the magic. You're the spark of activity. You're the spark of creativity. So you combine all of those 4 elements to support your divine masculine in his new journey. I'm happy for you. That's great energy. Congratulations. Now, let's move on to the Gemini Divine Masculine. Gemini Divine Masculine. What is the energy? Gemini Divine Masculine in a twin flame or high level soulmate connection. Gemini in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Talking to my Gemini Divine Masculines. What is your energy? Okay, these cards are flying out. I got to put these back in here. What is your energy? What is your divine counterpart's energy this week? What is your divine counterpart's energy right now? That card flew out. Gemini, Divine Masculine. Your Gemini Divine Masculine, your divine counterpart, their energy right now is that it's a death card in reverse. they're holding on to something. They don't want to transform. They're holding on to something. They're kind of in that energy of, nah, I don't want to change. Nah, maybe they feel like they've given you too many chances. Maybe she feels like she's giving you too many chances, and now she's kind of over it. So she might be feeling like she does not want this connection to go anywhere. She doesn't want to let it, or it could be she doesn't want to let it die in the way that it's in the energy it's in right now. That there's two ways to look at this death card. There's somebody, the death card in reverse means that somebody doesn't want to let go of something that needs to die. Oh, I just got it from spirit. Your divine counterpart, if you are a Gemini divine masculine, your divine counterpart right now is not letting go of the old version of you. They're not letting go of the old version of you. They're stuck on some version of you that they got used to looking at. And I can tell you that it probably was not good. It probably was not good. Probably was not a good image of you. Because if it were a good image, why would they? If it were a good image, they wouldn't want to let go of it either. But this is the energy of transformation. So she can't right now. She can't transform. Let me pull a clarifier. I got to know what that is. And that card just flew out. Yep. So this is clarifying this this 10 of Wands upright is clarifying this death card in reverse. So basically what this tells me is that Gemini divine masculine, your divine counterpart she's holding on to, she can't get out of her mind. She can't transform because she's stuck on that version of you that was causing her so much pain. That was such a heavy burden to carry. Okay? So she's not letting go of that image. She's not letting go of that image of you, okay? She's not transforming. The death card is about self-directed transformation. I got to want to change. I got to want this thing to change. I got to want something new, okay? This tells me that she's not allowing you. This is Wands. It's a masculine card. That's a masculine card. So this tells me that she can't get rid of that image of you causing her all of that pain, okay? So let me give you some advice. Let's see what Spirit says for advice for you on that. Because we gotta see if there's anything that you can do to help her get out of that energy, or if the advices do nothing, let the Spirit work with her. We'll find out. Okay, I got two cards that came out. Your advice. You got the Six of Swords first. The caption there is calm. So you stay calm. You gotta sail away from that old, whatever that activity was that gave her the image of you being that, where is it? Being this guy, being this heavy burden. You got to move away from whatever your activity, wands or activities. You got to move away from whatever activities, whatever actions you were engaging in that was causing her to feel in that heavy energy of, you know what? That my connection can't transform. I'm not willing to change. I'm not willing to let go of that image of him. I've seen too much. And I hear that from several divine feminines. They've been through so much that the divine masculine has put them through that they just, I'm not willing for this connection to transform. Just let it stay stuck. Let it just, whatever. Let it just sit there and rot. I don't care. The death card is about transformation. It's about self-directed transformation. I'm choosing to let go. I always tell people this on my other channel as well, Matt D. Talford. I always say this. The death card and the tower card are both Scorpio energy. They both are the energy of transformation. The difference is the death card is self-directed transformation. I'm going to die to the old so that I can get something new. When you don't do that, the tower always comes. Okay? The tower always comes. So your advice in Spirit is to just sail away from it. Stay calm. Don't try to get up in her ear and try to prove to her that you're new. Okay? Just sail away. She'll figure it out. Because the other card that came out was this. The Eight of Swords. Now, I normally don't read reversals with this deck, but I got to honor it the way it came out. This Eight of Swords in reverse. That Eight of Swords upright is a card of feeling like you're restricted. It's a card of, in some of the other tarot decks, you see a woman or you see someone blindfolded and they're surrounded. They're not completely surrounded by swords, but they think they're surrounded by swords. So they think they can't move. They cannot, because they're blindfolded, they cannot see that there's actually a horseshoe, and if they just walk forward, they'll be out of that. There's no danger for them getting cut by that sword. Okay. With this 8 of Swords in reverse, that says remove the mask. Remove the mask so you can see clearly. Okay. Remove that mask so you can see yourself clearly. And this, the 8 of Swords in this Light Seers deck, there's a person looking in the mirror. When it's on the reverse side, it's a person looking in the mirror. So they've removed the mask and they can see themselves. They can see that the situation isn't as bad as they thought it was while they were blindfolded. So your advice from Spirit is this. Don't try to reach out to her. Listen, if she refuses to change, if your divine counterpart refuses to change, Gemini, divine masculine, let it be. The spirit will come with a tower. When spirit is urging you to change and you won't do it, then the tower moment comes and then you have to change because spirit takes the choice out of your hands. So stay calm, move away from whatever activity was giving you the image of being a burden for her, and remove the mask. Removing the mask is going to allow you to see yourself. So that helps to clarify that 10 of Wands. Remove that mask so that you can see whatever it was that you remove the mask, and then you can see what the problem was in your connection. All right. But in the meantime, stay calm. Don't try to reach out to her. Don't try to prove to her that you're different. You prove things with your actions. My mother used to say that all the time. She used to say actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. She also said, hey, you know what? You don't ever have to do anything to try to go out of your way to change somebody's mind. Or to be specific, she would say, don't try to prove to somebody that you're not a liar. Just keep living and the truth will always emerge. When people lie on you, don't run behind somebody and say, that person's lying on me or whatever. That 10 of Wands could come because she might have been dealing with a third party karmic attachment. I see that sometimes too in the Divine Feminine community where karmic feminines send pictures and words and low vibrational things to that divine masculine, that divine feminine connected to that divine masculine, so that true divine feminine can walk away. So, you know, and the advice is, hey, you know what? I ain't got to prove to you that person's lying. All I got to do is keep living and the truth will always emerge. So, you know, your advice is just to stay calm, move away from trying to prove to her that you're not that 10 of Wands person anymore. But while you're doing that, take that mask off. That 8 of Swords in reverse. Remove that mask so you can see yourself and you can see clearly what the real challenge was in your connection. So now we are going to get you an oracle advice from the Shaman's Dream. Okay, and I need you know what? Do I want to take that card, or does that mean I didn't shuffle? That card came out. I'm going to honor it. This card came out before. Okay, and I did shuffle those, but that's the first one that came out. So this one came out for another group, Winter's Dream, Gestation Period. Gestation Period. That supports what I was just saying. That supports your advice card, which is a 6 of... Well, this is for both parties. My mistake. This is the general oracle advice for Gemini, Divine Masculine, and Gemini, Divine Feminine. Okay? So if you're Gemini, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and a twin flame, a high-level soulmate counterpart, you got Gemini in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Winter's Dream, Gestation Period. And number 9. What's that 9? 63. 63 is 9. 9 is the end of a cycle in numerology. Okay? The end of a cycle in numerology. Winter is the end of the year before the spring comes. What do you do in winter? You relax, you chill, you stay warm, you eat, you do the things that make you comfortable. So whatever heaviness might be going on in your connection, just go into that gestation period. Don't worry about your divine counterpart. These things have a funny way of working themselves out when we take our hands off of it. Let me read the advice from the book for you all, and then we'll move on to the next group. Thank you all for being here. Do me a favor and hit that like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button if you like these types of updates. Winter's Dream. Gestation Period, Sanctuary, Conscious Awareness. The Winter's Dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. but do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken. Awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. That's that divine masculine advice. Clarity, Eight of Swords in reverse. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. That's what I got for y'all this week, Geminis. So do me a favor again, hit that like button on your way out, and stay encouraged. Stay encouraged with regards to your connection. These things have a funny way of working themselves out. My advice to you, get a copy of my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. There are healing instructions in there for both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, and it is going to help you to come back into balance so that you and your divine counterpart can be reunited if that is in the cards for you in this lifetime, which I believe it is, because we're at the dawn of a new era. And I'll talk about that in the book, okay? So make sure you get a copy of that book. It's available at my website, www.talfordarts.com, and at amazon.com. It is also available in ebook format on Amazon Kindle and Apple Books. Thank y'all for being here. All right? We are now moving on to... What comes after Gemini, y'all? Cancer. Cancer. Can y'all tell I'm ready to eat lunch? I'm working late. I haven't eaten lunch yet. So anyway, we're moving on to Cancer. Moving on to Cancer. If you are a divine feminine in a twin flame or divine counterpart connection, and you have Cancer as your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or north node, and your divine feminine, what is the current energy of your divine counterpart? Okay? What's the current energy of your divine counterpart? For some reason, two cards came out, so I'm going to take both of them. Let's see. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting because you got the Page of Cups, okay? You got the Page of Cups in reverse, though. It came out in reverse, okay? You got the Page of Cups that came out in reverse. Pages are messengers. Cups is about emotions, energy, love, all of that. So your divine masculine, they're feeling love energy, but they don't want to talk about it right now. They're youthful too. Pages are youthful energy, so you could be dealing with somebody who's younger than you or whatever, but they're feeling a lot of love energy for you. They're just not ready to talk about it right now. They're not ready to talk about it. They're not ready to discuss it. So, and then the other one is the Five of Swords in reverse. So they're also coming out of that mental conflict energy. And these two cards actually together, they make a lot of sense. Your divine counterpart, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mars, Divine Feminine, your divine counterpart, this is actually a good combo. They are coming out of this mental anguish, this mental distortion, this mental conflict. Five is conflict energy. They're coming out of that mental conflict. They're no longer listening to, here you got these crows in your ear, man, let me tell you what's going on. Hey girl, let me tell you what's going on. Yeah, trying to, get you in this energy of just having you in this energy of constant confusion, this mental conflict. Your divine counterpart, they're coming out of that. They're not listening to those external voices anymore. Okay. They know now that they know that the love that they have for you is real, but they're not ready to come back. They're not ready to come forward and express it. And here's an update that I have for those of you who are Cancer, Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, also 7th house. You could also watch for your 7th house. As I was going through editing this video, I realized that a lot of these placements they hold up for your 7th house sign as well. So that might be something to take with you. But here's another thing that I noticed about this portion of the reading. The Page of Cups upright can also represent someone who is emotionally immature. So to see the Page of Cups in reverse says that this person is no longer emotionally immature. They've reached a level of emotional maturity, and it could also represent that, hey, you know what, as they're coming out of that Five of Swords energy that we saw with the Five of Swords in reverse, to see the Page of Cups in reverse can also indicate that this person was once someone that you looked at, Divine Feminine, as someone who was emotionally immature. And now, you know, through a series of events or just what has taken place over the course of your connection and your perceived separation, this person has arrived at a level of maturity with regards to their emotions regarding this connection. So that may be for somebody. I just wanted to add that I'm going through the editing process of this video right now, and that just occurred to me. So those of you that are watching, you are a Cancer Divine Feminine. This could, again, indicate that your person, and you may see this when they finally do come forward, you may see that they are no longer in that old energy where you perhaps labeled them as someone who was emotionally immature. They're ready now. So they may not be coming forward with that communication just yet, but when they do, you're going to find a very different person than the person that you saw the last time you guys communicated. Now back to the reading. They're not ready to come forward and express it. Without pulling an advice card, I would tell you don't, that's just good general information, good knowledge. Don't try to do anything about it, but let's see what the cards say, okay? Let's see what the cards say. My advice would be to do nothing. That's good energy for them. They probably been in that energy for a long time, and to see them come out of that mental conflict, that mental turmoil, and identify or recognize that they have love for you is great. They're not ready to come and express it yet. Pages again are messengers, so they're not ready to express it yet. But that's okay. That's okay. Listen, give them a break. They've been through a lot. Give them a break. Let me get you some advice. Okay? Your advice is real simple. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Feminine. The Destiny card, the Wheel of Fortune came out in the advice position. So that's real simple. What is destined will be. What is destined will be. So there's nothing you need to do. This is a fated connection. Twin flame connections are fated. They're destined connections. So that your destiny is coming forward, and it was reflected in the energy of your divine counterpart, Divine Feminine. They're coming out of that mental conflict right now. They're blocking out the voices that were in their ear. Crows of spirit too. So you had people, they could have been dealing with people that were, you know, throwing spell work at them or just using mental manipulation via their words. Oh, your person ain't this, your person ain't that, da, 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 da. Well, that Page of Cups tells me that they do now know that you are that. You are that person for them. You are their cup of love. However, with that page in reverse, they're not ready to take any youthful action, or they're not ready, or, you know, they could take some youthful action. It may be small, or it may be what you may not be as big as you would want it to be. However, it's a start. It's a start. And again, I take pages as messengers. So with this person having a Page of Cups in reverse, they're not ready to tell you that they love you yet. They're not ready to come and bring you that message. They're not ready to express their love yet, but they do know that you are their love, okay? And your advice card supports that. This is a destined connection, so it's going to happen. But that Wheel of Fortune, it turns in due time. So in due time, that connection is going to come into fruition. That's all I got for you, Cancer Divine Feminine. Hit the like button for me on your way out, unless you're going to stick around and cross-watch for a Divine Cancer Divine Masculine. If your Divine Masculine has Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Okay, so moving on. Cancer Divine Masculine with Cancer energy in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Okay, Spirit's telling me grab this other deck. What is the energy? What's the current energy of your Divine Counterpart? What's the current energy of your Divine Counterpart? Cancer Divine Masculine. If you got Cancer in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, take it where it fits. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit, okay? Let's see what it is. Let's see what advice you all have. What advice does Spirit have for you? Not advice. What am I talking about? What is the energy? I'm trying to skip ahead to the advice. What is the energy that your Divine Counterpart has for you? Okay. We're moving right through, y'all. Two cards came out. What is the energy of your Divine Counterpart? Interesting. Your divine counterpart is in two reverse energies. Okay? They are in the Ten of Cups in reverse. Ten of Cups is a happiness card. That's almost the Sun card, okay? That's almost as happy as the Sun major arcana. This Ten of Cups minor arcana, that says to me that your divine counterpart is in the energy of feeling like, you know what? We're not there yet. We're not that happy family yet. The potential's there, but it hasn't manifest. It hasn't manifest. So their energy, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Masculine, your Divine Feminine counterpart says, hey, you know what? I got hopes for it, but it ain't there yet. It ain't there yet. All right. And it came out with another card, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So that Nine of Pentacles, that's kind of like that's a card of satisfaction. That is a card of satisfaction. Like, hey, I've worked, I've gained my coins or whatever. So this is telling me really, I mean, this clarifies this Ten of, I don't know which way you're reading it on your screen, but this Nine of Pentacles in reverse clarifies this Ten of Cups in reverse. They don't feel like this is basically that we're not there yet. I don't have everything I want yet out of this emotional connection. We're not that happy family yet. I don't have my desires yet. I haven't collected what it is that I haven't built up and collected what it is that I want out of this connection. Okay. That is their current energy. So I got an update for you, Cancer Divine Masculine. As I am going through the editorial process of this video, one of the other things that this particular card combination says to me from an astro-numerological perspective or an astro-numerology perspective, you've got a 10 paired with a 9. 10 plus 9 is 19. When you reduce that, 1 plus 9 equals 10. 10 you can look at from a Capricorn or a Saturnian perspective, but you can also reduce that down to a 1, which is Aries energy. So what this tells me with regards to the energy, Cancer Divine Masculine with Cancer in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, what this tells me is that your divine counterpart, your divine feminine, is in the energy with these two cards coming out, the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This tells me that first of all, that's pure feminine energy because Cups is feminine and Pentacles is feminine. Earth energy is feminine, water energy is feminine. So this is definitely accurate with regards to the energy that your divine feminine counterpart is in. That divine feminine is in the energy of waiting, because when you're dealing with the 10 is Capricorn energy, that is Saturnian energy. So that is about time and endurance. The energy that she is in right now is she's in the energy of, you know what? Yeah, I'm not where I want to be right now. This connection isn't where I hoped it would be. And I've put in a lot of work, but I haven't gotten what I've wanted out of this. So I'm going to be in the energy right now of just waiting, but at the same time, Aries energy, that is the energy of self. So you can take the 10 or you can take the 1 or you can take both of them. I'm looking at it from the 1 perspective. Your divine counterpart is in the energy of self right now. She is not thinking about this connection anymore. She's tired. She knows that this has been a laborious process, but she just has to wait it out and see what's going to happen. But while she's waiting it out, she's not looking at it anymore. She's not, her mind and her heart are not really on this connection. It is on self right now. So she's in the energy of self. What can I do for me? What can I do to rebuild myself? I don't care about this connection right now. All I care about at this stage in my connection with my divine counterpart is myself. So that's for somebody. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, you know what to do with it. Now back to the reading. Okay, that is their current energy. But remember that reversals are temporary states. So is there any advice that Spirit has for you to help you get out of, or help your, perhaps any advice you should be taking that maybe is for you or your divine counterpart? We don't know. What's your advice? What is your advice? What do you do? What does Spirit say you need to do about the energy that your divine counterpart is in right now? Is there anything that my Cancer Divine Masculines need to do? Is there anything that my Cancer Divine Masculines need to do? Okay. I got, no, that's not the card. I picked that up. That one didn't fly out. What do my Cancer divine masculines need to do about the state of affairs, about that reverse Ten of Cups and that reverse Nine of Pentacles energy that their divine counterpart is in? There's my card. That Two of Wands. Two of Wands in reverse, okay? That two of Wands is consideration of, you know, what path should I take? It's almost like the Two of Swords or whatever, but that Two of Wands, that's an energy of waiting. As you can see upright, she's looking out the window. There are two different actions I can take. Wands are actions, Wands are activity. You know, Wands are, that's fire, so that could be Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, or North Node, or Venus, Mars, or North Node. They're looking out the window in that upright position, and they've already chosen, they've chosen a destination. Look, they were thinking about, okay, what am I going to go next? Where am I going to go next? What am I going to do? There's a light, a string of lights above her or whatever, and she's looking out the window, and you know, there's hope for the future. It's like, okay, well, I chosen the other wand. Whatever this other thing was I was going to do, I'll put that down and I'm ready to go. But it's in reverse, okay? So this Two of Wands in reverse position, let me read from the guidebook on what the Two of Wands looks like when it's in the advice position. Two of Wands in reverse in the advice position, or the Two of Wands period in advice position. But this Two of Wands in reverse to me says, hey, you know what? You can't, don't move too quickly. Do not move too quickly. Don't make a hasty decision. I want to clarify that. Don't make a hasty decision about what, okay? Your advice from Spirit with regards to that energy that your divine counterpart is in really is to, this Queen of Cups came out in reverse, okay? This Queen of Cups came out in reverse. Listen, this is what this is telling me is to just kind of don't react. Don't react to the energy that they're in. Don't make any hasty decision. Don't move too quickly. With that Two of Wands in reverse said, hey, you know what? Reconsider, because you may think that you've chosen the right thing to do, but reconsider whatever it is that you were thinking you need to do. And this Queen of Cups in reverse, that Queen of Cups upright, she's a very benevolent person. She's got a lot of love to offer. She is very benevolent. She's beautiful. What this is saying, you know, if that were Queen of Cups were upright, I would say that would perhaps be the energy of to go and show them your love. But you know what? This kind of clarifying that Two of Wands in reverse tells me that, you know, you don't need to do anything. Sit back and let the spirit, yeah. And I'm looking at this, I got a pentacle on the bottom of the deck, a page of pentacles on the bottom of the deck there. For work on your money. Just focus on yourself, focus on your money, go to work. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Remember, reversals are temporary states of being. So your divine counterpart, she's eventually going to come out of that. She's going to come out of that energy. Don't do anything hasty. Don't whatever course of action you thought you might want to do. Let me go and that Queen of Cups, she's got a lot of love to give. Maybe just hold back and let them. There's some reason that they're in that energy, and they need to sit in it for a little bit longer. For whatever reason. So don't do anything hasty. All right. I want to get y'all one more advice card from this oceanic deck. I can't let this go. Two cards came out here. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, focus on your money. Okay? Nine of Pentacles, focus on your money. And it came out, the other one was the Ten of Swords. Just know that is a Ten of Swords came out. Know that this is the end of a painful cycle. So don't do anything. Don't do anything to perpetuate it. Just kind of focus on your money. That's Pentacles twice there in the advice position. Focus on your money. Focus on your Pentacles. Go to work. When you're the divine masculine, you're the provider anyway. So now I say that. I say that with a grain of salt. If you're the divine masculine and you're a feminine in a connection with a divine feminine who is the masculine, so you and your divine counterpart sort of reverse polarities, then that divine feminine male is probably going to want to be that provider himself or whatever. So it's interesting, the connection, but again, these twin flame connections, they're not easily defined, okay? Because they're all unique and they're created by the Most High to and for himself. for his own pleasure and for his own purpose. So they're not always easily defined, but your advice is clear. If you were thinking to go and do something, rash or whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. That's in reverse. Don't go. If you think hey, I put that other wand over there and I'm ready to go, reconsider. Reconsider what it was in your mind and just focus on your money right now. And remember that reversals are temporary states and they always work themselves out. All right, let's get you some oracle advice here. And okay, Spirit's telling me to take that one off the top. 3 of them came out, but Spirit said just take the one off the top. So your oracle advice from the Shaman's Dream Oracle is 24. Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Let me tell you how this supports your advice from the other one, okay? Well, about the Pentacles. 2 and 4 is 6. The 6th house is ruled by what? Virgo. And what is the 6th house about? Our daily tasks. Our daily routines, what we do every day for work, okay? So focus on your work, okay? That was I know this is a general Cancer oracle advice. So whether you divine masculine or divine feminine, focus on, pay attention to detail, focus on your work. That is the energy that the numbers are giving. Okay, that's the energy that the numbers are giving me. Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Let's read that. Matrix is also about corporate work and stuff like that too, but that's not the Divine Matrix. That's the regular Matrix. Let's read what this Divine Matrix says. I do want y'all to focus on your work though, okay? And it ain't me, it's Spirit, really. The Divine Matrix, the intricate complexity of life. You might have been thinking and acting like you were the only one in the dream creating your life. The galactic mushroom arrives as a playful yet potent reminder that you need to get with your higher power. Okay? The universal laws are not for your benefit only. The law of attraction does not exist just to serve up your desired outcome. The matrix of consciousness, called Source or God, Spirit, and many other names, is intricately woven into life. There is so much complexity that the human mind cannot comprehend all the moving parts. It's impossible to see beyond what you already know, just as the head of a mushroom is clearly visible above the soil, but not the living biome below. The thread-like mycelium of fungi form vast, intricate networks underground, connecting different life forms with one another in a kind of internet of the plant kingdom. Imagine the divine matrix serving the same way, connecting the individual consciousness with that of the divine. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Remember that 2 of Wands, divine masculine, if you're watching. Remember your advice position. 2 of Wands in reverse. Let me read that again. The galactic mushroom reminds you that your dreams and desires are heard. This is a call for faith and trust. Whatever intention you hold consistently with hope and faith first manifests in the unseen realms. Whether or not you can see it working on your behalf, eventually you see the evidence play out in the serendipitous events that work in your favor, seemingly outside of the law of cause and effect. Your most beautiful results are being balanced right now, not just for you, but for the highest good of all. Okay? Those are your messages this week for my Cancer, Divine Feminine, and Divine Masculine Twin Flame Collective. Hit that like button for me on your way out and check out my new book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. That book was written and designed to help you heal your inner wounds and help you restore balance internally between your internal divine masculine and divine feminine. And as within, so without. When you balance yourself, any destined reunion that you have with your divine counterpart is going to come into play for you. That book is going to help you get there. That's why I wrote it. Check it out. It's available at Amazon.com. And if you want an autographed copy, you can get it at my website, www.talfordarts.com. Okay? We're now moving on from Cancer to Leo. Okay? Cancer to Leo. Got a few signs left, y'all. Cancer to Leo. We're moving to Leo now. Leo. All right? If you are Leo and you are the divine feminine in a twin flame or high-level soulmate connection, and you have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, what is the current energy of your divine counterpart? What are they feeling? What are they thinking? What are they going through? First card that just came out. Two of Pentacles upright. Two of Pentacles upright. They're trying to balance. They're trying to balance what's in their heart, what's in their spirit, with what they see in front of them. Their everyday, their pentacles, their coins. In this image, there's a female here with a red purse. Red is the color of the root chakra. That has to deal with your security, financial and physical. Okay, so they're trying to balance financial security with the spirit, spirituality, or something that's intangible. They're trying to balance the tangible with the intangible. They're trying to balance what it is that they have hopes and dreams for, the hopes and dreams that they're not letting go of, that are the things that are higher up. They're trying to balance their higher self with their lower self. They're trying to balance their inner divine feminine with their inner divine grounded, inner divine masculine. So they're in the energy of balancing right now. They're doing that balancing act. Okay, maybe a lot of you have been introducing them to spirituality, not perhaps some of you by your words, by your communications to them, and others of you perhaps through your shining your light. So they're trying to reconcile things that are spiritual with the physical world that they live in, and we do know that is the divine masculine. They don't care as much about spiritual things as the divine feminine. What they care about is the day-to-day life. How do I balance my coins with my hopes and desires, the things that I wish to do? How do I balance that with what it is that I'm looking at right now? Okay. And they're holding on to their work life, but they're giving their dreams and hopes up to God. So they're playing this balancing act right now. What is your advice? What is your advice? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that, Leo? Leo, what's your advice for your divine counterpart connection? Is there any advice the Spirit has for you? Let's find out. A card just came out. Let's see what they got. Let's see what we got. Your advice is the Five of Wands in reverse. Okay? Five of Wands in reverse. So, Leo Divine Feminine, your advice for your connection right now, some of you perhaps are dealing with third-party attachments with regards to your divine counterpart. Some of you are dealing with conflict energy in your home or in your work environment. Your advice right now, and since we're talking about this divine counterpart connection, your advice right now is to come out of that conflict energy. Let it go. Let go of any conflicts. What's yours is yours. You ain't got to fight anybody for anything that the Most High gave to you. What is yours, okay? That's the advice I got for y'all. I didn't have to go far with that. Leo, y'all got it. One thing about Leo, let me tell you about Leo. I got a Leo mom and a Leo brother in my family. And one thing about Leo, when you give Leo their marching orders, when you tell them what the mission is, Leo got it. You ain't got to tell them 2 times. Leo quick with it, and they ready to go. So your marching orders from Spirit, your advice from Spirit is come out of that Five of Wands energy. All right? Come out of that conflict energy. You ain't got to fight for nothing that's yours. If it's yours, you ain't got to fight for it. So come out of that energy. Maybe some of y'all been going back and forth with karmics. I'm seeing a lot of that, but thank God it's coming to an end. And that's the evidence right there. Because listen, if there's these karmic attachments that will not let go of your people, Spirit getting ready to deal with them wholesale. I'm talking the whole lot. And it ain't even going to be no one at a time. Spirit getting ready to clear all these karmic attachments that won't let go of these people. And Spirit has told them, and people have told them, they've received a number of different communications spiritually through the dreamscape. People coming up to them saying, man, let that go, man. Whatever. Or girl, let that go, blah, blah, blah. They don't want to let go. Spirit like, look, how many times I'm going to send you a warning? I sent you a life raft. You didn't take that. I sent you a boat. You ain't take that. I sent you a helicopter. You talking about I'm waiting on God. Well, boom. You ain't taking none of the advice. I got you now. Now you're in heaven. Y'all know that old joke. So, Leo Divine Feminine, that's a good read for y'all. Your divine counterpart, your divine masculine, they're juggling a little bit. They're trying to reconcile. They're trying to balance the physical with the spiritual. They're trying to balance their current situation with their hopes and dreams. I got to think part of that has to deal with you all. Okay. But listen, do not disengage with any karmic. If they talking trash, I got your man. No, they don't. Remember, you never have to fight for what's yours. If it's yours, you never have to fight for it. If you don't remember nothing else from this reading, remember that. Okay, hit that like button. And do yourself a favor and get a copy of that book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. Information for that is in the description box. If you are on the twin flame journey, or you consider yourself to be a divine masculine or divine feminine, a high level soulmate or twin flame connection, That's your book. That's your go-to book. That's a resource that you got to have. Why? Because that book is going to help you to align, to come into alignment internally first, as within, so without. So when you come into alignment internally, you don't even have to worry about the external state of your divine counterpart connection. It's going to take care of itself. That book is full of jewels. It was written for you and your divine counterpart. That's divine masculine and divine feminine. It's all there. It's all there. All right. Let's move on to Leo divine masculine. Leo divine masculine, and then we're gonna pull a oracle advice card for Leo. Okay. Oracle advice card for Leo. Here we go. Okay, what is the Leo divine feminine? If you're divine masculine. Leo divine masculine. If you are Leo and you have you're the divine masculine in a twin flame / divine counterpart or high level soulmate connection, what is the current energy of your divine feminine? What is and this is if you got Leo in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. What is the current energy of your divine feminine counterpart? Okay, your divine counterpart. I'm talking to Leo divine masculines. What is the current energy of the divine counterpart? 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. The 6 of Cups. That's my past life. That's my past life soulmates, past life twin flames card right there. Okay. That is also a card of reflection on the good times. Okay. That is also a card of reflection on the good times. It goes back. Hey, they're reflecting on the good times. Look at the beautiful energy in that card. It's got a cup with a flower in it. There's a masculine there giving something to the feminine, and she's accepting it. The village looks happy. You know, this is a beautiful card. So your divine counterpart is in reflection energy. She's reflecting on the good times with you, and she is quite aware. She knew from the giddy up that you all were past life soulmates. So this in effect is a message to you too. If you had any doubts that this person was your person, they are. You know, you've seen them in another time. You know, you've seen them in another realm, another timeline. This is your person, okay? But the energy that they're in right now, your divine counterpart, they're in that energy of reflecting on the good times, okay? So, is there any advice for you? Is there any advice for you regarding the energy that your person is in? Queen of Pentacles, kindness. You know what this tells me? I could read it from the book. I'm going to read it from the book, but this advice card says, Leo divine masculine, go take him something. Go take him something. Go take him a gift. Go take your divine feminine a gift. Leo divine masculine. If you're divine masculine in a high level soulmate or twin flame connection, and you have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, go take them a gift. I'm gonna read from the book. I don't need to, but that's the advice from Spirit. Getting that Queen of Pentacles energy. Go and take them a gift. Queen of Pentacles in the advice position. Be hands-on, get involved, give practical help, and share your knowledge with those who need it. So find out, that's the other part. Find out if she needs help doing some work with something. Maybe she needs some help around the house. Maybe she needs some help with the yard. Find out if she needs an oil change. Go wash her car. Go fill it up. She'll love that. You guys are en route to reunion. You guys are en route to reunion. You are. How do I know that? That's a past life soulmates card. That's a past life soulmates card. That's beautiful energy. Take her something. Give her something. Find out if she needs some help with something. Go offer to be of service. Go offer to be of service. Say, hey, let me hold your car keys for a minute. Then go get her car and go fill it up. She'll love it. Take her car keys from her. Find out what go over, go be nosy, go snoop, go see what's in the fridge, see if them cupboards looking a little empty. Maybe go take her car, say, hey, let me hold your car keys for a minute. I got something I want to put in it. Okay, she ain't gonna know, she's gonna be surprised. Go take a car, go take it, fill it up, go to your favorite supermarket, buy some groceries, whatever, bring it back. Do something for her that she won't forget. Do something that she won't forget. Okay, that's beautiful energy, Leo divine masculine. Let me get a Shaman's Dream Oracle advice card for your connection. Okay. The card that came out, and this is Leo divine masculine and divine feminine. This is general oracle advice for the sign of Leo in a twin flame / divine counterpart high level soulmate connection. 27 heart, home, compassion. Look at the beautiful warmth in that card right there. Look at that. And that's 27 energy. 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 is the end of a numeric cycle. In numerology, 9 is the end of one cycle so that something new can complete. Or something new can end one cycle complete so a new one can begin. But look at the beautiful energy in that card right there. Look at all those hearts. Look at that green for the flower. Green is heart chakra. You got pink, red, orange. You got some sacral chakra energy there. That's beautiful. Heart, home, compassion. This is matching the energy of you guys' reading. Let me read from the book. Number 27. That's beautiful energy, Leo. I'm so happy for you all. I am so happy for you all. Hit that like button, okay? Hit that like button for me. And be sure to check out my new book on twin flames. There'll be information in the description box below. You can read a synopsis on Amazon. You can also read a synopsis on your favorite ebook reader, Kindle or Apple Books, okay? But it's available in print at my website, www.talfordarts.com, and at amazon.com as well, okay? Number 27, heart, home. Love in its truest form. Compassion. This is beautiful energy, y'all. I'm feeling it. I don't even want to let it go. When you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart's home. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides, your heart. Put everything on hold for a short walk. Correction. Y'all, I really should put these readers on, but I don't want to. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. This is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Replace the judgment of yourself and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when heart home shows up. Remember what I was just saying for the advice card? There is no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred in spiritual truth. It is only your belief in that story that makes it so powerful. It's only your belief in that story that makes it so powerful. Pay attention to that. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of all judgment and preconceptions, and allow spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When heart home shows up, it is imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. Okay, that's beautiful energy to end on, Leo. I'm gonna end with y'all on that. That was your oracle advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node in a twin flame or high level soulmate connection. Y'all have a great week. Hit that like button for me on your way out. If you're new to the channel and you like these types of updates, hit that subscribe button. Hit it. All right. Make sure your notification bell is set to all. And don't forget to check out my new book on twin flames. If you are a twin flame, you got to have a copy of that book. You must have it. And when you get it and you read it, you're going to see why I said that. The energy in that is just as beautiful as the energy in this card, in that heart home card. Same energy. Same energy. All right. That is that. Let's move on now to Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, Divine Feminine. Virgo, what is the energy of your Divine Masculine counterpart, Virgo? What energy are they in this week? What energy is your Divine Masculine counterpart in for my Virgo Divine Feminines, okay? What energy are they in? Ooh. Virgo Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. Their energy is the moon, okay? The moon is Pisces energy. The moon card is Pisces energy, so they're in their intuition. The caption here says illusion. That comes with Pisces, right? Pisces when they're deep, when they go too deep, when they go so deep in their vibrations, they go so deep down in their fields, they begin to see illusions. But when they're in that higher octave, it's transcendental, okay? You got the image of a crab coming up out of the water. This is a Cancer card for me too, because the moon is Cancer and then you got a crab here. So this is intuitive water energy. The moon also represents secrets. Let's look at the numerology there. That is the number 18, okay? That's the number 18, Roman numeral 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 represents endings. So this could also represent them coming out of the energy or the end of this cycle of secrets, being secretive. Let me read from the let's read from the book on this moon card. This is the energy that your Divine Masculine is in right now. So he's in his fields a little bit, but he's keeping it to himself. He's not telling you. He's hiding his feelings from you. He's hiding his emotion. He's probably trying to cast the illusion of not caring. Virgo, Divine Feminine. He's probably trying to cast the illusion that he doesn't care or that he's not into you or whatever. But it's all an illusion. He's secretly in his feels. Okay, whether you want to look at that from a Piscean perspective or a Cancer perspective. The ruling planet for Cancer is the moon. Okay, that rules over the 4th house of family and emotions. This book says meaning, illusion. Let's see. The keywords are the unconscious, doubt, decisions, dilemmas, sadness, the past, and fear. I'm not getting that from this particular card for you guys' reading this week, but I'm going to continue reading. The sea lions emerge from their ocean home, a full moon above them reflecting onto the dark waters of the ocean. Between them is a crayfish. I called it a crab. It's a type of crab, I guess. Symbol of the soul, reaching out toward the magical moonlight. The sea lions symbolize fear and the unknown, and the crayfish must overcome this fear in order to make progress. Will he stay in his comfort zone or venture into the moonlight? Now, I do get that, okay? I didn't get some of those keywords like doubt and delusions or dilemmas, but I do get that. The moon watches you, questioning what you see. Can you see beyond illusion when doubt and confusion threaten to overwhelm you? A situation or relationship may seem appealing under the romantic light of the moon, but will it stand the test of time? Your intuition may be telling you that everything is not as it seems. An additional meaning of this card is that hidden fears and old memories surface as you work through an emotional block. Now that I can kind of get as far as the energy of your divine masculine this week, divine feminine. But here's the deal, Virgo, divine feminine. Again, I'm saying that your divine masculine is deeply in his feels, and he's not telling you. He's not ready to come forward. He wants to keep it a secret. The moon card is where secrets live. Okay, Pisces, he's deep in his subconscious. He's trying to figure out, he might be trying to figure out what this connection is, or if his feelings for you are real, or perhaps if your feelings for him are real. Maybe some of y'all know divine feminines, they rush to the forefront. They're the chaser energy. So maybe at some point you came forward and told him that y'all were one here, one there, one here, one there, twin flames. Okay, maybe y'all could be dealing with some crabs in between y'all, and he's trying to figure it all out. Okay, he's trying to figure out what is this crab energy that's coming up between me and my divine counterpart. Okay, maybe he knows these are the divine counterparts and he doesn't want to tell you right now. Okay, but that's his energy. He's in that moon energy. Okay, but I want to encourage you that he also knows that, what is that? That's the 18 card in the tarot deck. 1 and 8 is 9. He knows that this is the end of a cycle. At some point, he's going to have to come forward and come up out of that water. Okay, he's going to have to come up out of those fields and tell you how he really feels. No pun intended. Okay, all right. So let me get some advice for you. Okay. We're going to get your advice from the Lightseers deck. What's my advice for my divine feminine Virgos dealing with a divine masculine, okay? Dealing with that divine masculine that's in his feelings, but he don't want to say nothing. Okay, that's too many cards that came out. Wow, they're coming out. All right. I'm going to take all 3 of these. 3 cards came out. I'm going to take all 3 of these, okay? 5, because this is coming out a lot for divine feminine advice. 5 of Wands in reverse. Let go of the struggle, okay? Let go of the struggle. What did I do with it? Remember what I told you? Some of y'all dealing with karmics is trying to come between you and your divine counterpart. You never got to fight for what's yours. So don't be out there fighting with no karmic feminines that's trying to hold on to your divine masculine. This card right here says that he knows that you all are divine counterparts. Look at the seals. They're facing each other. They're in that moonlight. The moon is emotions. But there's a crab trying to come up out of the water between them. So he's dealing with, is this real or is this an illusion? What's going on? I don't understand this. But that 9 energy of that 18, 1 and 8 is 9, tells me he's at the end of that cycle. Okay? And tarot, after the moon, that sun's coming out after that. All right? So your advice, again, you ain't got to fight for what's yours. Put the wand down. Walk away from them cards. Look, you laugh at them. Y'all fighting for something you can't have. What's yours is yours. There's no such thing as destiny swapping. People try it, but there's no such thing as destiny swapping. Why? Because your destiny is looking for you. It's got your energetic signature on it. It was signed and sealed in the heavens for you. That's why the scripture says, lay not up for yourself treasures on earth, where thieves can come in and steal, or moths and rust corrupt. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where can't nobody come in there and steal it. Your treasure is already reserved for you. It's got your name on it. Nobody can have your destiny. Put down the wands. You ain't got to fight them. Number 2, hangman energy. Hangman energy. All right? That's Pisces and Pisces, right? The hanged man. Just chill out. Just relax. Wait for it. Meditate. Meditate. Go to God. Meditate till the answer comes. Look at that light coming from her head. Meditate. Get in that crown chakra. That hangman is upside down, so the blood rushes to that head, and then you in that crown chakra. Get in that crown chakra. Talk to the Most High, okay? And the other one was the 4 of Wands, upright. That 4 of Wands is a card. That's a twin flame card, 1111. All right? That's also a card of celebration. It's a card of marriage. So start celebrating that thing that has not yet appeared with a divine masculine counterpart, okay? You got Virgo in the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. That's your advice. Your divine counterpart is in that moon energy. Your advice, put down the wands. You ain't got to struggle with nobody. What's yours is yours. Okay? My other advice, get a copy of my new book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. That book is going to help you over the hump and help you in your divine counterpart connection. It's going to help you heal and rebalance your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine. When you bring your internal environment into reunion, then your external environment follows, okay? A lot of people say, well, all twins aren't incarnated to come into union, whatever. I'm not sure that's true for this lifetime, because we're at the end of an age. And when you read that book, you're going to find out why I believe there's so many worldwide twin flame awakenings happening right now. But that's your reading, Virgo Divine Feminine. Stick around, because I got there'll be links in the description box. I got a general advice for Virgo Divine, a general oracle advice for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, divine counterparts, general. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, all the same. It's general advice. So check that out, and check out the links in the description box or below in the comments to my new book, okay? All right. Virgo Divine Masculine. Virgo Divine Masculine in a twin flame or high-level soulmate connection. Virgo in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, okay? Or Mars. Virgo. Virgo Divine Masculine. What is the current energy of your Divine Feminine counterpart? Okay, your card just came out. Oh. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? That 3 of Pentacles reverse card tells me that she's tired. She's tired. She's tired. She's tired of working on this connection. Okay. That 3 of Pentacles upright is a work card. You got somebody there directing traffic, telling everybody, hey, this is what you need to do. We're going to finish this. We're going to get this knocked out. Y'all, let's stay on this. Let's build this thing together. Let's work on this project together. Whatever. Your Virgo Divine Masculine, your Divine Feminine is tired. She don't want to put no more work in on the connection. She doesn't. She does not. She's just in a state where she's tired. And she doesn't want to put any more work in the connection. I don't need to clarify that, because some of you all know exactly why she's in that energy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pull an advice card for you and see what advice Spirit has for you with regards to your geez, what am I saying? I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm going to pull an advice card for your connection, okay? Let's pull an advice card. And this is the first time I'm at a loss for which deck to use. So that's telling me that you all kind of, you need some advice, because you don't know where to go with it. You don't know where to go with it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the top card off each one of these decks, and whichever one is the highest, I don't need to do anymore. I got it right there. I got it right there, okay? So we're gonna pull an advice card for you. And your advice card is the moon. The moon. So your advice is connect to your intuition. Connect to your intuition. I just said that we just saw the energy of doubt. I didn't know what deck to use for your advice. Okay? So I was like, I'm gonna turn over the cards until the one I need comes out, And or I said I'm going to turn them over and take the highest one. The first deck I chose was this Light Seers deck, and the card that was on the top of the deck was the Sun card. So that in and of itself is a message. The sun comes after the moon, okay? The moon first, then the sun. Your advice right here is to get in your emotions, okay? Get connected with your emotions. Figure out what it get in tune with your spirit. Get in tune with your spirit. I like the moon card. It's a twin flame card because you got divine counterparts. You got a black dog on one side and a white dog, or a black wolf and a white wolf on the other, and they're howling at the moon, okay? So they're trying to get some answers from spirit. They're trying to get answers from the great divine feminine, the Most High, the great divine feminine, okay? And for those of y'all that might be triggered by that, the Most High, like us, is masculine, feminine, and neutral energy, okay? He said, let us make man our own image and likeness. Everything down to the atomic level is part masculine, part feminine, and neutral. So don't be triggered if I said trying to get advice from the great divine masculine or the great divine feminine. All right, don't be triggered there. Now, as you can see, she's also sinking in her emotions. And the thing with this is a card that traditionally the moon card is Pisces energy because it's dealing with Neptune, the water. And we know that with Neptune, the lower your frequency, the more likely you are to see things that are not real, delusions. Okay, so for you, again, with your divine feminine being in the energy of not wanting to work on the connection anymore, don't let that put you in low vibrational energy, because then you're going to see the wrong answer. Neptune loves playing tricks on individuals who are in low vibrational energy when it comes to their emotions. Raise your frequency, and then you can see clearly underneath that water, this individual is focused on that moonlight. That's all they can see. They can't see anything else but that moonlight. So there's some energy. There could be some energy of doubt there. But if she raises her frequency and goes up to the surface, she can look left and right and see that, hey, wait a minute, these are counterparts. That is my person. Okay? So I would tell you to get in touch with your emotions and get in touch with your intuition, that inner knowing. So I said that this card is normally Pisces energy, but it's also Cancer energy, because the moon rules over the 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer, which is about your emotions, among other things, family and stuff like that too. But what you got to do here, your advice card is to get in tune with your emotions, raise your frequency, get in tune with your emotions, tap into that inner knowing. You got to raise your frequency so you'll know the right thing, because Pisces energy is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune can be trickster energy when you're in low vibrational energy. So get in touch with that inner knowing, which is that Pisces energy, but also get in touch with that empathy, that feeling, that moon, that Cancerian energy. You can feel what they feel, okay? So tap in, put your dominant hand over your heart and ask yourself, does my person love me? I see that she doesn't want to work on the connection anymore. Is it because she's over me, or is it me? Is it something I did? And the answers will come to you. I'm not going to pull any additional clarifiers. Okay. So that's your reading. Virgo Divine Masculine. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and you like these types of updates with regards to your twin flame connection, and we are here to help foster reunion between you and your divine counterpart, hit that subscribe button. All right. And make sure you get a copy of that book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. Healing energies and advice in there for both counterparts. Okay. That book is designed and written to help you reunify your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine. Because when you reunify those internal polarities, the external takes care of itself. Let's get an oracle card advice for you, whether you are divine masculine or divine feminine, with Virgo energy in the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. All right, look at this. Look at this. Number 7. Let's deal with that first. That's the energy of partnership. That's the 7th house. That's the house of partnership, the house of marriage. Okay? Partnership. Now, look at what the wording says. Covenant. Sacred contract. This is a soul contract. You got a soul contract with your person. Virgo Divine Masculine. You have a soul contract with your person. And that 7 energy tells me that's your person. Y'all are married in the ether. Y'all are one soul. Okay? You got a soul contract with them, a covenant. Let's read what that says. Okay? So remember that you have a soul contract. And the thing with soul contracts that people don't understand is, if you do not fulfill your contract before your time expires in your body, you have to come here and replay these themes. You have to replay these themes all over again. You are going to have to replay these themes all over. This is a soul contract between you and your divine counterpart. It's not between you and a third party. You probably got a contract with a third party if you're dealing with one, but that's not the contract that you have with your divine counterpart. That's a sacred contract. Let me read this. That's powerful. It's powerful. Divine feminine or divine masculine. Remember, y'all have a sacred contract. Let's read it. Covenant. All right, let me put these on because I've been struggling with them long enough. All right, and that's not fair to you guys. My vanity. I'm not going to let vanity stop me from. All right, giving you guys a quality product here. Covenant, commitment, sacred contract, the greater good. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The covenant card may also be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it? The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. A covenant must be founded on the truth. Not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as guarantor of the good faith of all and to ensure that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. That's already been taken care of in the ether before y'all got here. It's important that you understand what you are signing up for or what you already signed up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that you will compromise or that will compromise your integrity. That's for those of y'all who are looking at perhaps distractions or individuals that are presenting themselves in that energy of temptation. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. That's for somebody specific, okay? You're not going to commit to something that's going to compromise your integrity in the ether because the spirit is not going to allow that. So this is talking about watching how you commit to earthbound contracts or covenants or commitments. What does the scripture tell us not to take any oaths? Okay, any oaths that you got are in the heavens already before you got here. So don't take no oath that's going to distract you from that because guess what? Karma comes with that. Because now not only did you not fulfill your earthly contract, your heavenly contract, you entered into an earthly contract that may have gone contrary to what is in your soul contract. This is for somebody, okay? Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in darkness. Be transparent with that person that you already have that sacred contract with in the ether, your divine counterpart. Be transparent. That's advice, okay? When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled, an unspoken dark side. So listen, that's basically saying, I didn't mean to turn that light off. That's something, there's a message right there. All right. That is telling you to be mindful. Be mindful of any types of situations you might be engaging in with any parties that, you are, anything that goes against your inner knowing. Be careful not to engage in anything that goes against your inner knowing. Okay. That's for somebody. That's a powerful card, man. That's powerful. That is powerful. All right. And it says when shadow element, it says, do not hesitate to put all your own desires on the table. So that says to be transparent. Maybe some of y'all, it's time for y'all to be transparent with your divine counterpart. Maybe it's time for some of y'all to say, okay, listen, all right, time for true up. Cards on the table. Let's see them. Like at a poker game. You've been playing poker long enough. Okay. You've been putting on a poker face, not trying to show your cards. Time to turn over. Time to turn over your cards. Let's see what you got. Time to turn over your cards. Now, that's your reading, Virgo. That's your reading, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and North Node. Hit that like button for me on your way out. And check out my new book, Twin Flames. Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. Okay, moving on now to Libra. Libra, got 2 signs left to go. Moving on to Libra. Libra, Divine Feminine. If you're Libra Divine Feminine with a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, and are dealing with a Divine Masculine, Divine Counterpart, Twin Flame connection, what is the energy of your Divine Counterpart this week, Libra Divine Feminine? This is for my Libra Divine Feminines. What is the energy of your divine counterpart this week? The Tower in reverse. The Tower in reverse. Libra, Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. The Tower in reverse is the energy of your divine counterpart. So what that tells me right now is that the spirit wants somebody to change. The spirit wants somebody to change. Divine intervention is trying to step in, and somebody's fighting the spirit. Somebody's fighting spirit to not change. Somebody is still trying to hold on to some way of living, some way of thinking that does not serve them. This is Scorpio energy right here. So some of y'all might be dealing with a Scorpio, okay, in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, whatever. Some of y'all might be dealing with a Scorpio, Libra, Divine Feminine. Your divine counterpart is in the energy of not wanting to change. They don't want to let go. They don't, for whatever reason. Maybe they don't trust. Maybe they don't trust this process. Maybe they're fighting against themselves. Maybe they're fighting against themselves. Maybe we see this sometimes. Maybe they're dealing with a third party. You know what? Let me clarify it. Let's see why doesn't this person want to change? King of Pentacles. Okay, this person doesn't want to change. The spirit wants to change something about this person, but this person is so into their coin. They're so into making money. There's something. Look at that. Spirit don't like it. That's why there's a thumbs down. Now let's balance the energy. There we go. Okay. Somebody, let me tell y'all something. Somebody does not want to change. And it has something to do with money. So spirit is trying, divine intervention is trying to step in and bring the Tower in on somebody's life, but you can't fight that Tower. That Tower's coming. So Libra Divine Feminine, the Tower is coming for your Divine Masculine, but they're trying to fight it. They feel it coming. They're trying to fight it off. Why? Because it's got something to do with their coins. Maybe they're dealing with the King of Pentacles. Maybe they're like, if I change, it might mess up my money. If I allow this change to take place, it's probably going to mess up my money. The universe coming in and wrecking my Tower is going to potentially upset my stability. I can't have anything upset my stability right now. Are you really stable? That's the question. Are you really stable? So let's pull an advice card for you, Divine Feminine, because we're not going to dig deep into what it is about the Pentacle situation with your Divine Masculine that has them in the energy of not wanting to change. We're not going to deal with that, okay? So let's pull you some advice. Oh, nope, Spirit said grab this deck right here. Let's pull you some advice. Let's find out. Okay. Libra Divine Feminine in a twin flame connection. Libra Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, North Node. All right. What is your advice? What does Spirit want you to do about that Divine Masculine that does not want to change? Okay. The Hermit card in reverse came out. Okay. Hermit card in reverse came out. What does that tell me? That tells me that, and what is that? What is that number there on that Hermit card? That's number 9, end of a cycle. Nine in numerology are endings, okay? So what Spirit is saying is that Hermit in reverse, the Hermit is Virgo energy. Spirit said, look, you ain't gotta deal with no details anymore. You ain't gotta distract yourself with any work, okay? You can come out of that Hermit mode. You ain't gotta sit in the house. Come out of your feelings. Let me clarify that. I'm gonna clarify that with a different deck, okay? But I'm saying that's a lot of times we go Hermit mode to reflect, to isolate. We go isolate. Spirit said, come out of isolation. For those of you who are sitting in the energy of, I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't want to have no fun. I don't want to do nothing. I'm just going to sit here in Hermit mode and just try to figure out what is going on with my divine counterpart. You know, why don't they want to change or whatever like that? Spirit is telling you, come out of Hermit mode. You need to get out of the house. Get out of the house. Go have some fun. Take your mind. This says to me, take your mind, or stop overanalyzing. Stop overthinking. The Hermit card is Virgo energy. Virgo can sometimes be in the energy of overthinking, overanalyzing, paralysis by analysis. Divine Feminine Spirit said, stop overthinking your connection. Let me see what the clarifier was. Clarify was the 10 of cups. Clarify by the 10 of cups. So your emotional work is complete. Spirit got it from there. Spirit got it from there, okay? Come out of hermit mode. Why? Because your work is complete. The 10 of cups. 10 of cups is a happy card, but in this context, clarifying that hermit reverse card, this is saying 10 of cups is also a card of happiness too. Your work is done. Go have some fun. Come out of hermit mode. Come out of hermit mode. Go have some fun. This is a happy card. This is a happy card. 10 of cups. You got your connection is solid. Your connection is sealed. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. That's a song for somebody, okay? Here I am, baby. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Listen, come out of that hermit mode, divine feminine Libra. Come out of hermit mode and just know that your situation has already been completed. A lot of times I tell y'all when I'm coaching people one-on-one too, I tell them, I say, listen, your outcome has already been sealed. What you're here doing is catching up with the result and trying not to steer off course while you're catching up with the result. The result is already created. You're not working to arrive at union. You're already there. You're just catching up with the outcome and trying not to get redirected or steered away from it. Let me grab my my plug. Okay. So that's your advice. Come out of hermit mode. Your stuff is already complete. Go do something that's fun. 10 of Cups is about emotions, emotional success. You completed the cycle. You got everything that you want emotionally. You got your heart's desire. Understand that you already have that. You're just moving toward it. So come out of hermit mode. You can't activate and bring something into your reality until you are operating in the energy of I have, not I wish I had, not I want. So that's your advice, Libra Divine Feminine. All right? Hit that like button for me and be sure to check out my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. That book is going to help you realign your inner Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, which once they are in alignment, it's going to reflect in your outer world. That will bring your destined reunion into fruition, but you got to do that work. That's going to help you with that inner work. Inner work becomes outward results. What you do in the gym shows up when you put your clothes on, okay? What you do in that gym shows up in how you stand up in that suit, fellas, or how you stand up in that dress, ladies, okay? That work that you put in is always going to show up when you step out. It's the same here. You do that inner work, it's going to show up on the outside when you and your divine counterpart are doing the work together that y'all incarnated together to do. People think these divine counterpart connections are just about romance or passion or whatever. No, you came here for a divine destined purpose, okay? But you got to do the work first to heal. Now, moving on to Libra Divine Masculine. Libra Divine Masculine. Libra Divine Masculine. If you're a Libra Divine Masculine in a twin flame or high-level soulmate connection, what is the energy of your divine counterpart right now? Libra in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. Libra Divine Masculine, 8 of Pentacles. Libra Divine Masculine, your divine counterpart is working. Achievement. They're working on getting something. That 8 of Pentacles is the card of putting in work. They're putting in that work because they got a goal. They're putting in that work because they got a goal. Let's find out what they're putting that work in on. Is a cup going to come out, or is a wand, or oh, they're putting in that work on coming towards you. All right. They're putting in that work. They're building that coin. They're building that coin, or they're working on their coin, but they're also working on this connection. They're working on their heart, their emotions. The Chariot card is Cancer. That's Cancer energy. And as you can see here, that's the Emperor. That's the Emperor. So she is aligning your divine counterpart, Libra Divine Masculine, is aligning her inner Emperor. Okay. She's ready. That's a twin flame card too, because you got counterparts there. Those seahorses are counterparts. In the traditional deck, one is a white horse, the other is a black horse. And they're pulling the Emperor toward a destination. So this person not only is working on their emotions, they're working on coming toward you, coming toward this connection. But look at that energy there. That's the 7 card. The 7 card is the energy of partnership. Why? 7th house. Libra energy. We're talking about Libra. You can't make this stuff up. Synchronicity's there. Synchronicity. So they are working on their emotions, stabilizing. Pentacles is about stability too. They're working. That's 4 twice. 4 is the number of stability. They're doubly stable. They are stabilizing their emotions and their connection because they want to come towards you. They want to come towards you. They want this union. They are working on this union right here. That's what they're working on. All right. I could ask for advice for you, Libra Divine Masculine. I don't know that I need to, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's find out what your advice is. Funny. Your advice card, the High Priestess upright. Okay. So connect with spirit. Connect with your intuition. Work on your spirituality. You see what's happening? You see how this yin yang energy works? Do y'all see how this yin yang energy works? Uh-oh, what happened to it? Where'd my card go? I must have put it on the bottom of the deck already. I must have shuffled it something, put it on the bottom of the deck. Anyway, my Chariot card's missing. I must have already put it away. All right. But I told you they're working. That Chariot energy, that's yin yang energy. We see more yin yang energy there. Okay. B and J, one's black, the other one's white. Okay. That high priestess, she's all knowing. What's that number 2? Right? That number 2. 2 energy. That looks like a Gemini too. Gemini's a lover's card. That looks like the symbol for Gemini. It's the Roman numeral 2, but it also looks like the symbol for Gemini. Okay? Getting your intuitions. Getting your intuitions too. That's the couple. Getting your intuitions. Look what she's holding. That looks like she's holding a copy of the Torah. Okay? So the thing I love about the High Priestess is not only she's spiritual, she's also religious. So this is a balanced energy. This is balanced energy right here. So your advice card, Libra Divine Masculine, is connect with your intuition, balance religion and spirituality if that's something you need to do. A lot of the Divine Masculines are religious and not spiritual. But this here says, here, balance your spirituality now with that religion. Ground your spirituality into the physical realm. Be all knowing. Be all knowing. Raise the bar spiritually to get in alignment with that divine feminine, your counterpart. She's in her water energy, Chariot. That's the Cancer energy. That's water. This High Priestess. The High Priestess, okay, is the feminine spiritual guru of the tarot deck. So she has the empathy, intuition. She has the empathy, intuition. She has the seer intuition, Scorpio energy. And she has the knowing or psychic intuition, Pisces energy. So she's got all 3. She's got Cancer energy, Pisces energy, and Scorpio energy. She has all 3. She knows. She's all knowing. She's all knowing. So get in touch with your spirituality. That's the advice for you, Libra Divine Masculine. All right. Now, great energy, beautiful energy. Let us now get an oracle card advice for you all. Okay. Look at this. This is for Libra, Divine Feminine, and Divine Masculine. Number 62, Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. 6 + 2 is 8. 8 is the 8th house. That's Scorpio energy. They can see the energy of the seer. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Let's see what that says. That number 62 card. All right. Got one sign to go after this. Y'all hit that like button for me. All right. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. The great mystery. Epiphany. Will of the Wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. What was that advice card just for the Libra Divine Masculine? That high priestess. Wow. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will of the Wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for the detours that may very well lead you astray. Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place. These worlds hidden at the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is what you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmask yourself. Love what you discover, light or dark. See it all as divine and find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. That's a high priestess energy right there, family. That's that high priestess energy, okay? Your oracle advice, numerologically speaking, is to transform. Transform. Transform yourself. Alchemize. Become a new version of you. Get in touch with your spirit. All right? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If that's your reading, hit that like button for me on your way out. And be sure to check out my new book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. Available in hardcover and paperback at my website, www.talfordarts.com, as well as at amazon.com and in Amazon Kindle and Apple books. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's move on to Scorpio now. Scorpio, we're at the last sign, y'all. The last one for this. I mean, the last sign. We know that. But Scorpio Divine Feminine in a Scorpio Divine Feminine with Scorpio in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node in a Divine Counterpart or Twin Flame or High-Level Soulmate connection. What is the energy of your Divine Counterpart at this time? We're seeing this a lot. We're seeing this a lot. The moon. All right. Their moon. The moon holds secrets. Okay, but it's also, look at that energy. I've seen this card come out quite a few times here today. Illusion. Okay. This is a Divine Counterparts card for me because you got counterparts at the opposite side, but you got that old crab coming up, that crayfish coming up out of the water in between them. Okay. Illusion. Is that crayfish trying to direct their attention elsewhere? All right. Is he trying to direct their intuition elsewhere? They're trying to figure it out. Okay. They're looking to the great Divine Feminine. The moon represents Divine Feminine energy. Okay. We know that the cosmos is feminine. Okay. The physical realm is masculine. The cosmos is feminine, even though there are masculine energies present in the cosmos. That represents balance, right? There are feminine energies in the earth and water, right? So the cosmos and the earth realm are balanced. Yin yang. You got that here with these two seals sitting on the rock. Okay. But again, illusion. This is a card of Pisces, even though the moon is ruled by, the moon rules over the sign of Cancer. The moon card in the tarot deck is Pisces energy. Not sure why they did that originally, but I think it has to deal with the fact that you see the ocean here and the moon is, or the ocean is ruled by Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces and the 12th house. So that's the bridge between the physical realm and the spirit realm. Okay, so your divine masculine, your divine counterpart, Scorpio Divine Feminine, is right now trying to get in touch with their spirituality. Okay, remember, you got to remember that sometimes they see illusions with this, and that is based on what is their current vibrational frequency. Are they in low vibration or high vibration? Neptune plays tricks when you are in low vibrational energy. Why? Because the deeper you go in the ocean, the less light penetrates and the more difficult it is to see. So you can see things that are not there, or you may not see something that is there. And that's the energy that you get sometimes with this moon card. Sometimes they cannot see what is there, and sometimes they see things that aren't there. So they're looking and trying to get clarity. They're trying to get clarity, okay? Your divine counterpart is trying to get clarity. Now, they're also getting in touch with their emotions. They're getting in touch with their emotions. The moon governs the emotions, okay? And so they're attempting to feel their divine counterpart. They want to feel them. Empathy, that Cancer energy. Cancer feels things in its body. When you're dealing with Cancer energy and a connection, they feel what the other's feeling. When you're dealing with Pisces, which is the sign that this card represents, they know what the other person's knowing. They know what the other person's thinking. Pisces knows what the other person's thinking. Cancer knows what the other person is feeling. But here's what they also know. What's that? This is the number 18 card. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 in numerology is the end of a cycle. It's the end of one thing so that something new can begin. After the moon card comes the sun. Okay? So they're trying to get through this energy. They're trying to make sense of it. They're trying to clear the illusions. They're trying to clear the obstacles. And again, with that crab in between them, sometimes there is a crab or a third-party distraction or karmic saying, hey, look at me. I'm the one that's in the light here. I'm what you need to be looking at, not that moon. Look over here. The light is shining on me. That's for somebody, okay? So that's the energy that your divine masculine is in. What's your advice, divine feminine, beyond praying for them? They're working through it. They're working through a divine feminine. But what's your advice beyond praying for them? Let's find out. What advice do you have for my divine feminines who have Scorpio in the sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, and are dealing with the divine counterpart in the twin flame or divine counterpart high-level soulmate connection? Okay. Interesting. 2 cards came out. 2 cards came out. Okay. Okay. Interesting. 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 I think the second card, interesting. I think the second card clarifies this first. I might need a clarifier. Let me go to the book and see what the book says about, well, let me give you my own interpretation first, and then I'll see what this means in the advice position. You had 2 cards come out. The 7 of Swords, which to me, some people call that sneaky energy, but I like to think of the 7 of Swords when it comes out in the advice position as moving silence. Moving silence. You think about it, the 7 of Swords follows the 5 of Swords. I got this in the book too, by the way. Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. Because that 7 of Swords follows the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Swords is a card where somebody's getting tricked out of their stuff. They're getting talked out of their stuff, okay? Well, with that 7 of Swords, that's a card that directs you to keep silence. Move in silence. Move in silence and get your stuff back. When you see the traditional deck and the 5 of Swords energy, a slickster, a trickster has tricked 2 individuals into putting down their swords and they're collecting what they put down. But in that 7 of Swords, that's what comes after that 5 of Swords is that 6 of Swords where they sail away. The person that got tricked, they said, I'm sailing away from this conflict. I don't need it anymore. But in that 7 of Swords scene, they're going back and getting what was taken from them and then some. Okay? So this coming out in the advice position, Scorpio, divine feminine, is shh, don't tell nobody what you're doing. Stop talking about your connection. Stop talking about your connection. You would let not thy left hand know what the right hand's doing. Okay? Right? He's holding his sword and he's holding his dagger in his right hand. Where's his left hand? On the other side of him. The left hand can't see what the right hand's doing. Let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. Keep your moves silent. Okay? This is the Justice card in reverse. Okay? This is the Justice card in reverse. So this is an interesting position. Let me go to the book for a second. Because I know the Justice card says to, if this were the Justice upright, I would say that your advice is to restore that balance, okay? But if that's coming out in that reverse position, okay, the advice card in the book, the Oceanic Tarot deck, when Justice comes out in the advice position, it says, take a practical approach. If you need to make a decision, go with what is realistic rather than idealistic. The solution doesn't need to be perfect, just workable. If a decision that affects you is made by others, accept it. Accept it is the best they can do at this time. I'm going to go opposite with that. Since the Justice came out in reverse, I'm going to say, don't take a practical approach. Don't be practical, because practical can get discovered. So that to me this supports that let me look at one other thing here. I'm looking at the number here on this Justice card. And I may not even need to read the book now after looking at this, okay? Because this one book said take a practical approach, but this Justice card is number 11. That's number 11, and it's in reverse, okay? It's in reverse, so that's the light energy. That's the shadow energy, okay? But what is the number 11? Confirmation burp. What is the number 11? 11 is the energy of Aquarius, the rebel, unconventional. So be unconventional. Be unconventional. Don't go with convention. Your advice is to move in silence and be unconventional. Move in silence and be unconventional. That's your advice. All right? Move in silence and be unconventional. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Move in silence and be unconventional. That is your advice for how to deal with the current energy of your divine counterpart, Scorpio Divine Feminine. That's the advice on how to deal with your divine counterpart who's in that moon energy. Okay, the moon, it's almost telling you to match their energy, because the other thing with the moon card is the moon is the holder of secrets. People that are in the moon energy, they're keeping something secret. Like the moon represents darkness, the sun represents light. You can see everything during the daytime, you can't see everything at night. So this almost says, hey, you know what? Just move in silence. Don't if you're keep moving towards your target, keep moving towards your goal, but be unconventional. Don't be practical. Be unconventional with regards to your connection. Stop talking about your connection. That Seven of Swords, shh, keep quiet. Don't talk about your connection. Everybody don't need to know what you're doing. That's between you and the Most High and your divine counterpart. Okay? Be unconventional in this. I almost want to clarify that moon card that they're in. Let me pull a clarifier for that moon card. This is interesting. And Scorpio is that mysterious energy, so it don't. That's Nine of Swords. It came out as advice card. Or clarifying. No. That's not an advice card. That's a clarifier. That clarified that moon card. Okay. So what they're hiding from you is how much grief they're in with regards to how they are feeling about this connection. That's it. That nine, we pulled this Nine of Swords to clarify the moon. Okay. This nine. So what they're not talking about, what is hidden, also with that third party energy that was showing up in that moon card, that third party energy. Where did I put that moon card? Did I put it away? I already put it back in the deck. Okay. That crayfish that to me represented something in between those two seals that's not a seal. You got two seals here on either side, and then you got something in between them that's not a seal. That's got crab. Scorpio Divine Feminine with Scorpio in the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. I'm in here editing this video today, and Spirit told me to tell y'all that the reason why you want to move in silence right now is because that crayfish in between those two seals in that moon card that you saw, that some of y'all got a third party watching every single thing that you do, every single thing that you say. Some of y'all are on a public platform, and there's a third party crab that's trying to come in between you and your divine counterpart, and they stick their head up out of the water every now and then to see what's going on with y'all, and they're watching you, Divine Feminine, because they're jealous of you. They do not want to see you with that divine counterpart. They do not want to see you with your divine masculine. That is in my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. I go into details in that book with regards to why they're like that or why they're doing what they're doing. So make sure you pick up a copy of that book. But Spirit told me to tell y'all that the reason why that Seven of Swords came out in that advice card, clarifying that, alongside that reverse justice card, which is telling you to be unconventional, don't do things the normal way, don't do things the way that you would normally do them. 11 is the energy of Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so that's sudden, unexpected activity, but it's also about being unconventional, going against the norm. Spirit told me to tell y'all that there is a crab watching everything you do, so you need to move in silence. Keep your mouth zipped, keep your lips sealed with regards to your divine counterpart. Don't be on no public platforms talking about me. Don't post no pictures of you. They're watching everything you do. Spirit gonna deal with them, okay? Spirit gonna pull that crayfish right back down in the water. Crayfish, listen, if y'all from Louisiana, y'all know crayfish end up on somebody's plate. Okay, so listen, keep moving in silence. That's your advice. That is the reason why that came out. This is an update to your reading, okay? Your advice, keep your moves silent and don't be normal. Don't be conventional with regards to how you're moving regarding your connection with your divine counterpart, because y'all got a crab watching y'all. In time, that crab is going to disappear, okay? Remember, the moon card is followed by the sun card. So the sun is going to come out. But while it's nighttime and while you're under that moonlight, Move in silence and be unconventional with regards to your connection to your divine counterpart. Now back to the reading. It's not a seal that's got crab claws. Crabs trying to, what do crabs do? Crabs try to hold on, pull somebody down that's trying to climb out of the bucket. Okay, so this is the energy that your divine masculine is dealing with, Scorpio divine feminine. I don't know why Spirit got me spending so much time with y'all on this, but somebody needs to hear it. If you have Scorpio in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, and your divine feminine dealing with a divine masculine in a twin flame or a divine counterpart, a soulmate connection, they're in that moon energy. And what they're clarifying that moon is this Nine of Swords. So that third party attachment, that crab that's like, look at me, the moonlight shining on me, they're causing this person a lot of grief. Okay. And this person could perhaps be seeing illusions because of the amount of, because they're in this low vibrational energy. So they're not necessarily seeing the truth, but pray for them. Be unconventional. Okay. How are you going to deal with that? You're going to continue moving to get your stuff back. That karmic attachment probably feels like it took something that was yours, you know, referencing five of swords, even though we didn't see the swords. Listen, keep your move silent. Let not your left hand know what your right hand's doing. Don't be out here talking about what's going on in your connection with anybody. Don't tell anybody what your plans are. Oh man, this is how I'm going to reach out. This is how I'm going to contact this is how I'm going to help my divine counterpart get out of that moon energy that's clarified by that Nine of Swords. This is how I'm going to help them get out of that grief energy. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about none of that. Okay. This says move in silence. And that with that 11 energy, okay, justice card, that's Libra energy, that's balance energy, okay? That's telling you can't play it the normal Libra way. You can't play it the normal Libra way. You're going to have to go unconventional. What's the opposite of Libra? Aries. Okay? That's for somebody. I ain't going to clarify that any further. Let me go on to the Libra. That's some interesting energy, y'all. That's some interesting energy, okay? If you are cross-watching for a Scorpio divine feminine, pray for her. Pray for her because she needs it, okay? And I'm not talking about gender. Tarot is energy, okay? Tarot is energy. I'm not talking gender. I guess I wasn't going to make it all the way through a reading without some karmic energy popping his head up, okay? So, y'all pray for your divine counterpart. Let's go on now to the Scorpio divine masculine. If you got Scorpio divine masculine and or if you're a Scorpio divine masculine in a twin flame connection and you have Scorpio in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node, what is your current, I don't know what that was, it tried to pop out, but it went back in there. What is the current energy of your divine feminine counterpart, divine masculine? What's your divine feminine feeling right now? What's she feeling at this moment? Put these down. Oh man, that Scorpio divine feminine read, that was interesting. Scorpio divine masculine, what's the energy of your current connection, your divine feminine connection? That moon card wanted to pop out again. Y'all are mirror souls. If it comes out again, I'm going to take it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with this Rider-Waite-Smith deck. If the moon comes out in that, actually no. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take the Lightseers deck. That moon come out again, I'm going to know what's up, all right? Going with the Lightseers deck. Okay, Spirit, please tell me what is going on with my Scorpio divine masculine's divine counterpart. What energy is she in? Oh, that explains it. That popped right out. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Scorpio divine masculine. Scorpio divine masculine in a twin flame or high level soulmate connection. And you have Scorpio in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, or North Node. The energy of your divine counterpart, your divine feminine, Four of Cups. She bored. She kind of over it. Okay? Look at the hand trying to bring her another cup. Now, this tells me that she's not interested in anybody else, but she's sitting there like, why me? Why I got to be sitting here dealing with this crap, man? You want to bring me another cup? No, I don't want love from nobody else. I only want, look at that face. That face says, I only want it from my divine counterpart. I only want it from my divine counterpart, but he ain't paying me no attention. He ain't paying me no attention. So I'm just over here by myself. I could pull and try to figure out why he feels that way. But you know why. You know why. The Scorpio divine masculine, you know why. You're on the other side of this connection. So, but this is what your divine feminine is in. This is the energy she's in. And that's Four Cups. She could have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer in major placements. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, North Node, whatever. She's in this energy of, I'm over it. I just don't know what to do. I'm bored. I can't have no fun. Universe trying to give her another cup of love. I don't want nobody else. I only want my person. That's the energy she's in. You need to know that, okay? She's not really interested in anybody else, but she's just sitting there. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't going forward. She ain't going backwards. She's just sitting there. So let's get an advice card for you. What's your advice? What advice do you have? The sun card flew out. Your advice with regards to your connection, Scorpio Divine Masculine, is the sun. All right? Celebrate the fact that she don't want nobody else, all right? Be happy she don't want nobody else after everything you put her through, all right? Y'all know how y'all Divine Masculines are. Be happy that your person does not want anybody else. But it also says to me that it's time for you to start shining your bright light, shining your brightness. When you shine your light, maybe that's going to help her get out of this. I'll be putting them cards back in the middle of the deck. Can't find them. Maybe it's going to get her out of that energy. She waiting for you. She waiting for you. Shine a light and let her know, okay, your waiting has not been in vain. Your waiting has not been in vain. But that's also Leo energy. The sun, that's Leo energy. So be creative. Be creative. Maybe Spirit is telling you it's time to be romantic. Maybe Spirit is telling you it is time to show a romantic gesture to your divine counterpart. Okay? Shine. Look at all them sunflowers there. Many call the sun card the happiest card in the deck. Okay? And look at that energy. That's number 21. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. 3 is the energy of communication. The third house, communication. Maybe it's time for you to give them some sunny communication. Maybe Spirit's advice to you is reach out to them and just have a happy conversation with them. The sun is about that's about our inner child. That's about things we do for fun. Your advice is be happy that she don't want nobody else and show her that her wait hasn't been in vain. That's all I got. That's all I got. Okay? Hit that like button for me, Scorpio Divine Masculine, and stand by because I'm about to give you the combined Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine energy from the Oracle deck. All right? Be sure y'all check out my book, Twin Flames. Understanding is behind me. You can see it on the shelf there. Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive Divine Masculine. Okay? All righty. All righty. Now, let's see what we got here. You all are probably watching this video on Saturday. My apologies for not having this uploaded on Friday. Due to the holidays, y'all know sometimes you just got to take a break. You got to rest. You got to listen to your spirit and rest and not overdo it. So we will resume and return to normal operations next week. But this is being recorded on Friday, November the 28th. But with the amount of time that it takes to edit these videos and get them uploaded, this one in particular, because these all signs readings run long, because I got to cover it through basically 24 signs. It's not just 12 signs. I'm doing 24 signs because I'm doing the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. It takes a while to go through and edit and then upload. So you're watching this on Saturday, November the 29th. So I do apologize for those of you that were looking for this on yesterday. Your card. Ooh, I like this. I like this for you, Scorpio. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. I like this for y'all. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. And that's number 43 right there. 43, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7th house is Libra energy. That's partnership. That's partnership. That's Venus energy. That's beautiful. Look at all that green there. Look at all that green. That green is the heart chakra. That's love. Overflow of water. Water is spirit. That's emotions. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Let's read that. I love that for y'all. Wow. And y'all the last one today. Scorpio the last one. Let's read that. Overflow. That's beautiful energy. I'm feeling that. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Man, I love that for y'all. All right, let's see what we got. That's card number 43, overflow. Too much, overwhelm, and plenty. Some of y'all about to get hit with an overflow of abundance that you did not see coming. And as of the date of this video, Uranus, which is the planet on the energy of sudden, unexpected events, has gone retrograde, meaning the universe is spinning the block and coming back to complete something that didn't get completed the last time. I love that retrogrades are the universe spinning the block. Uranus, the sign of sudden, unexpected activity has spun the block, has moved retrograde back into the sign of Taurus, which is about value, wealth, material possessions, beauty, Venus, Venusian energy. Look at all that Venusian energy in there. Look at that. That's luxury. Some of y'all may not see that as luxury, but I do. That's overflow. Look, you got a palace on the water. Okay? And looking like it's in ancient Tartaria. Looks like it's in the middle of some water in a jungle paradise there. That's beautiful. All right? Overflow. Too much, overwhelming, plenty. So many good things are headed your way or are already occurring in your life right now. Let me read that again. So many good things are headed your way and are already occurring in your life right now. Yet you may be thinking that they're not possible or you're not worthy of them. Come on, Scorpio. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop with the self-sabotage, Scorpio. Let's go. Come on. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it, defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. There is so much beauty and love. There is so much beauty and love. Opportunities and divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet, it's sometimes difficult to discern it at all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth that all is well. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming, and you may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune in to the collective angst and fear about impending changes and uncertainties. It's unmanageable. You feel like you're drowning in those emotions. It's time to allow yourself to detach. Bring yourself back to your life. Bring yourself back to your life and remind yourself to focus on your smaller personal universe, which is much easier to manage. In this way, you know that you are a conduit for life's blessings and can share them with others, making this perception of overflow profoundly positive. That's beautiful. That's almost the same energy of that Sun card, which was the advice for the Scorpio Divine Masculines. Y'all rewind the tape and watch that again. That was beautiful. That's all I got. Y'all hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Be sure you hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoy these types of updates. Lastly, do not forget to get a copy of my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant Dismissive Divine Masculine. In it, you have twin flame advice specific to the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. That book is a wealth of jewels and gems that was written and designed with both the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine in mind, and designed to help you to rebalance and heal your inner Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, because what you are and who you are on the inside is reflected in your external world. So if you are in union or reunion internally, you have reunified and healed your inner Divine Masculine and inner Divine Feminine, it has to manifest in your outside world. Okay? So take your mind off the external version of your divine counterpart and deal with balancing your own internal masculine and feminine energies. When you do that, you and your external divine counterpart is doing the same work. Y'all are going to magnetically attract and be exactly and fulfill exactly the purpose that God brought both of y'all here in this lifetime to fulfill. Okay? That's all I got. Y'all, listen, thank y'all for watching. Some of y'all watch the whole videos even when it's not your sign. I appreciate each and every one of you. Share this video with somebody that you know might be on a journey or might just need some encouragement, okay? So thank y'all for being here today, and I appreciate, value, and love each and every one of you. Until next time, peace.